Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Alien vs. Predator Galaxy YouTube channel. This is Adam Zeller, as I'm known on our forums as RidgeTop, and joining me is my usual Let's Play gamer friend, Mr. Aaron Percival, aka Corporal Hicks.
Hello everybody.
And this is finally happening. We're finally finishing our Aliens vs. Predator 2 Let's Play of the Marine campaign. Now, if you haven't watched them already, we have already uploaded the full playthroughs of the Alien and Predator campaigns. Did we do that earlier this year, I think, both of them? Or maybe one was last.
We finished Predator just before the trial for Hunting Grounds.
Ah, okay. And then we did Aliens one late last year, I think.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah,
November time, I think.
Sorry this is taking so long, but we are finally...
It's just because we think nobody's really interested in them, so I wasn't in any rush to continue doing it.
Well, we are trying something a little different this time. Instead of releasing one little video at a time, you may have noticed the length of the video. We are just releasing the whole campaign at once. So hopefully you will enjoy this Let's Play of this classic game that was one of both of our, I think, initial introductions to the fandom.
I mean, I'd played Alien Trilogy, I'd played Classic, but this was the one that sort of, really sort of kicked it off in terms of like online interaction and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because, the multiplayer was a lot easier. You had your in-game chat and stuff, so you could just interact with everybody, and then all the excitement of the mods and the maps and the skins and stuff like that. So yeah, this was the one to really launch it, even if it wasn't my first.
So we are starting with the first mission of the Marine campaign, which is Unwelcome Guests.
Sticking to normal, because we don't want to get our ass kicked.
Yeah.
And I got my ass kicked a few times on the on the live stream practice.
Oh yeah, how was it playing through this whole campaign again?
That was good. It was good. I'd forgot a lot of the back half of it, to be honest, which surprised me. I love seeing the the Sulaco style ship in this.
Yeah.
And the tribute, of course, to the armory there. Because you don't really see that armory in the multiplayer. I mean, I know this area is it's a multiplayer map anyway, the Verloc, but you don't see the armory in it.
That was one of my favorite maps in this game too, with the Verloc.
We have an operation to run here. Quit flirting and get back to work.
Oh, Hall. Poor Hall.
Yeah.
Commander on the deck?
Gather round and listen up. 6 weeks ago, the Weyland-Yutani Corporation lost contact with a research facility on LV-1201. We're here to find out why. Duke, what are we looking at?
A suicide mission. Hell, we're still short 8 soldiers and our synthetic after that last drop. Half our equipment's out of commission.
There's time pressure involved, and we won the distance lottery. Skip the commentary and tell us what we're dealing with.
The basic layout is 2 heavily fortified installations, primary operations complex and forward observation
I do think
pods.
with the Marine characters, they did a good job making them all feel unique, just like the movie Aliens.
Not much to work with, sir.
Oh, that accent, though.
Not much to work with, sir.
The higher-ups want the site intact, survivors or not.
Although she was my favourite class on multiplayer.
No airstrikes and no Alice. Sorry, Harrison.
And good old Alice.
Our orders are to put out fires, then dig in and wait for the 6th.
But yeah, I definitely agree with you. They did a good job with the distinction between everybody. Even if it was just the armor.
Boys, let's roll.
Express elevator to hell.
Going down. Where's the damn beacon? Where's the facility on this one?
This was also one of the first like PC games I really got into, and just compared to console gaming, the graphics were super impressive for the time, I thought.
But there's still a big difference between this and classic. It was a bit of a stark contrast because this was more cel shaded in nature.
Yeah, a bit more stylized. I mean, it wasn't like hard cel shaded like you would see in something like Borderlands, but it still felt more like a comic book kind of style.
Johnson,
that's a fair description, actually.
Flight school, the same place that taught me not to fly blind
Flight
in
school.
hurricane winds.
What'll it take to get airborne?
A landing beacon and wind shear data for a start. Plus the ship's a little beat up. Stabilizer's jammed. I can fix it, but it'll take me an hour or so. The antenna's fried, though.
So much for calling down reinforcements.
Once we control the complex, we'll control an entire subspace array. Hall, red team, get the power online. White team, locate security control. Blackwell, you
Good
take
old
Shuey
white
and
team,
Harrison and
always
make
in the
for landing
background in
beacon.
this.
We need that wind shear radar up and the landing site clear and powered. Once you've done that, activate the beacon.
You heard the man.
I love how
Move it.
desolate they made this planet feel, just with like the wind ambience, and here we go. So we are starting with our first mission log here. Weyland-Yutani debriefing the incident. Appendix G, Major McCain's log. Hard landing. Dropship has sustained minor damage. Contact loss with Dropship 2 and White Team. We'll need the landing beacons online at the northern landing before I'll feel safe enough to order Johnson airborne again. That means Hall's team is headed to restore the power core. Blackwell's boys will make for the landing. There's just 3 of them, but Harrison's been lucky for me in the past. They call him Frosty for a reason. Cool under pressure. Objectives are locate the primary operations complex and don't kill other Marines.
I like how that has to be specified.
Another thing I like is how much of the like industrial complex here is built into the rocks and caves of the planet outside of the main colonies. You have all these tunnels that go through just the mountains.
Harrison, run a bypass.
It gives it a bit of a distinctive feel compared to, you know, Hadley's Hope. Even while still retaining a lot of that space IKEA nature of it, that prefab look. So straight away, this alone sets it apart from Classic, because there's a whole other tool set in this game compared to the other games, and it's a small thing, but you know it slows you down, and it also gives you that added Aliens flavor. Do you mind? I'm trying to trigger things here. I guess those guys are just going to chill outside for all this time.
Yeah. I remember when I first played this in my like mid-teen years, and I thought this part was so freaky. And it's interesting that it scares you with a predator before the alien.
Yeah. But the thing is, you know, it maintains a lot of that tone. And you miss the blood drops and the shoe drop. But I mean, yeah, it's very much the tone of Aliens in terms of ramping up the tension, but it's throwing the predator at you, which is really interesting.
Understood. Fall back to the LZ. Harrison, if you can hear me, head for the POC and get the power online, or we're in big trouble.
Oh shit. And we have a predator shooting down from the cliffs above with his plasma caster. See his little laser.
Yeah. See, I love that as well. Just that inclusion in there.
POC this way.
Oh, poor guy. Well, he was a convict, so probably not poor guy.
Hey, Weyland-Yutani, who, as we'll find out later in this campaign, they will lock people up for not very good reasons.
I suppose that's quite true.
Completely manufactured ones.
Yeah, you're totally right about the scenery though, early. You know, it maintains a lot of... I think the shapes, particularly like these bits here, where it still feels like Hadley's LV-426, and, you know, in the sort of windswept shape of the rocks, while, again, feeling different.
Yeah.
Security systems are offline.
We're picking up some scattered energy sources. Probably emergency backups. Still no response on the emergency channel, sir.
Keep trying. Hall, proceed to the power core.
Yes, sir.
Also, I had never realized this, but I noticed from a post that Jan, Elder Predator, did that they found this planet by the
Yeah, it's
flight
in one of the
telemetry
logs.
from LV-426, where the ship departed from.
Well, we already got that log. That was in the first Predator mission. And I was actually quite surprised, I think, when we played it through, because I remember that being a thing for this game, but I never remember hearing it in the game, and that's because you read it. It was talked about a lot in the promotional lead-up to it, at least giving it some connection back to Classic, because there is very little narrative tie into it, other than that.
Okay, little memo here. Gate closes at 15 to sundown. You're not inside, you're on your own. That's guards and cons, no exceptions. I play fair. Blaney.
So Blaney's off to a very tough sounding start, because we'll be learning a lot about him in this mission. That's if we're incentivized enough to go and find the logs. There's an interesting thing, you know, was the logs were, you know, they were optional. You didn't have to read them.
How's it look?
It's always nice though when you have those extra story elements you can dive into.
And I just love how you have the false positives on the motion tracker as well.
Yeah.
This mission in particular does it quite a lot, and it really works again towards that tension when nothing's really happening as such.
Here we have a new transmission. Major McCain's log. Situation bad. Getting worse. Blackwell's team tripped some sort of booby trap. Heron was inside, but I think he's alive.
Did you just say Aaron was inside? Wasn't inside. You're
Harrison was inside. That's what I meant to say. But I think he's alive. His AV feeds are down, but his life signs are still coming through. I'm hoping he can still hear me on the radio. Bottom line is we're cut off from the landing now, so it's up to him to get the beacon up and wave us home. He'd better hurry too. We're getting ghost readings on the motion trackers. Something's out there, and I think it's hunting us. Power up the auxiliary generator. We got a log here. November 28th, 22:30. Report, Joss Blaney. I told myself I'd stick to regs, but the chaos gets in the way. What's to say, anyway? The POC is dead. Don't blame the commander too much. Nothing in the outflow should have caused that kind of explosion. Anyway, he died trying to fix it, and bought us time to evacuate the lower crew quarters. A lot of us went down with him, though. With just the handful of security I've got left, it'll be tough to hold both landing bays until Rykov shows. Blaney.
He's trying to do his job, bless him.
So this is like a little just kind of... Well, this is the primary operations complex, which is separate
zone for it.
from the
observation pods, yeah. So they're that cool sort of suspended facility over a
But I was always wondering, like, what was the main part of the facility here? Was it like the POC? Because there, you see in the alien missions, you get to explore more of that, and there are like living quarters and stuff. Or was it the pods?
You explore a lot of the pods in the alien mission.
Yeah, but you initially break out. You're at the POC.
Yes. Well, you see, the bit later on, I can't remember if it's still in the POC, but there's a bit later on that looks like where you played the start of the alien mission. You know, when you go to Rescue Hall.
Yeah. Oh, generator's blue.
Major, looks like the generator has been reset.
That's gotta be
Yeah,
Harrison.
the three are good enough.
Frosty, get that landing beacon online.
Yeah.
I always like this part. Good jump scare with the obvious
Yeah.
alien head
Nice,
and tail
nice.
here.
Alien 3 callback as well.
Yeah. We got another log down here. December 10th, 22:30. Check the generator thoroughly for gas and oil. If we lose this generator, we lose power to the rest of our sentry guns. Once you're certain it's good, Initial on the list below and include the date and time. If you miss your rotation, you go half rations. We have to be disciplined. Since Rykov and Eisenberg haven't sent us any help, we must assume that they're in worse straits than us. There's got to be a reason they haven't sent help. Laney.
So that's 2 weeks after the initial explosion. I don't think they're getting help, Adam. What do you think?
No, doesn't look like they did.
What's it say on the wall? No, the other wall, sorry.
Arrive 5 minutes before shift. Review work log on shift change. Report specimen loss immediately.
I mean, that's a good
That's not
philosophy
good if
to
it's
have.
a regular enough thing that they have to post a notice about it. Okay, we got some pulse rifle ammo.
See, I love the elevator designs in this as well, because this just calls back, Aliens and Ripley
Yeah,
in the
big
atmosphere
gates.
processor. Yeah.
Yeah, the pacing in this first mission is so good. With just, it's letting you get a feel for the game. Nothing's really happening, but it's still creeping you out.
And you're still learning about the world as well, if you're so inclined.
We have the little aliens schematic table here.
Cafeteria is worthy enough to mention.
Yeah.
There should be something on the computer as well, I believe. Or in the drawers. They normally keep stuff in there.
December 15th, 2230, 620. Since Brown, Miller, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, have vanished, everyone else will have to pull double shifts. When you're at the transmitter, stay alert to regular patterns. Anything other than static. We have to let the pods know that we're still alive. They have to come for us, Laney.
If you go back. There's normally drawers on them as well, so if you crouch down, and then the other one as well. Oops.
Oh, I did not know that. Auditor's report, appended notes. I had a heated conversation with Dr. Eisenberg today. He's an arrogant one. His family is powerful. The founders of modern synthetics hold great sway on the Weyland-Yutani board. Still, he's overestimating his protection. His father's foray into medical applications leaves the investors cold. Dubious profit and dubious technology. Yes, he's had successes imprinting neural patterns onto synthetic adaptive networks, but costs are insane. A handful might afford such operations, and there are rumors of facility loss, emotional alterations, and instability. Of course, given that his subjects are generally terminal beforehand, who's to say it's procedure? It's the procedure.
So that's your bit of a hint that perhaps Eisenberg's actually a entirely synthetic body. Because I believe as we get on, we'll see logs about changes in Eisenberg's personality.
Yeah. So, like, he was human at some point?
Yeah. So I think that it was him. He was human leading up to, the incident where we find him in the flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if something happened to him after that.
Oh, let's activate this beacon.
There's the beacon. All right.
Should be able to
Comes
see
a
the
drop
dropship
ship.
coming in. Yeah.
They really need those beacons to land without crashing in this game. As we found out at the end of the Aliens campaign.
Hey. Again, that's just a nice little flavour callback to Aliens. Where's the damn beacon? Oh, there it is. Uh-oh.
Oh. Never noticed that before either.
What happened there? Sorry, I can't hear the audio on
There
there.
was just a sound in the vents when I hit this button that didn't activate the alarm. I heard like scuttling in the vents. Oh, those aren't drawers. Okay.
Some of them are later on, but not those particular ones.
Hey guys, I'm still alive.
I
Good
saved
work,
you.
Marine. Harrison, find the nearest security office and restore the defense grid for the bay.
Ooh.
Shugi, Blackwell, this dropship is our
I never
lifeline.
liked the
Don't let
grenade
anything
launcher.
get near it. Am I understood?
Yes, sir.
Me neither. It wasn't the best in this game.
Although the EMP grenades are great.
I think I will stick with my pulse rifle.
Starting to get a feel of how Harrison's treated on this team.
The errand boy. If I survive, I'm recommending Harrison for a medal. He pulled through for us, landing beacon and all. Unfortunately, security is still down. Until we restore the security, this dropship feels like a beached whale waiting for the gulls to feed. Good news, if you call it that. The plans show a security station on sublevel 3, 10 minutes run. Bad news is that I can't spare the manpower. If we lose this dropship, no one goes home. I hate to even send one soldier, but security isn't coming on by itself. Let's hope Harrison is a good fast runner. And the objective is to locate the security station and activate the automatic defenses. So at this point, like, we know there's aliens here.
I don't know, to be honest.
'Cause why else would they be activating the defenses?
Well, they know something's here. And this, I believe, was the single-player demo for the game.
Ah.
This particular section here. I remember my dad's got it in. Oh, it's the cafeteria. Of course, that would be why it would be mentioned on the map earlier. I believe my dad got this in PC Gamer, I think. You know, back when they used to have
Oh yeah, they
discs and
used the
stuff.
demo discs. Oh man, you're making me feel
Junction
old now.
order 1C. All clear.
Entry clear. Signs of gunfire, though. Damage from explosives, probably frag grenades.
There's a secret. Do you know about the secret room up there where we just left? It's not open now, but if you go back, I can show you where it is, and then you can pop in later. So up there, wait, yeah, is the secret door. And it's locked now, but later when you turn all the power and stuff back on, you can get in there.
Oh, what's in there?
Dead body and some goodies.
Oh. Another
Worth a
log
look in
here.
later.
August 21st. 2229 to administration. From A. Eisenberg. Reply to personnel transfer. I regret to inform you that I cannot approve Dr. Morita's transfer back to Gateway due to his extraordinary, time-sensitive research. He has elected to press on with his current duties.
What's the thing next to it on the floor? Can you say?
I can't tell. Maybe
No idea what that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a can?
Yeah, I can, or a pack of cigarettes or something.
Oh, don't forget your quick save when the aliens start to show up.
Oh, that's right.
Because normal save don't work.
What is the default for that again?
F6.
There we
No way. Somebody tell me that's just a boot. That better be a boot. Hey, it's a boot.
That better be a boot.
Corridor 1F.
go. That doesn't look
Clear.
good.
Proceeding towards the core. Hey, slow
Got
down there,
another log
Duke.
here. December 26, 2230. Convict release form. Please fill in your reasons for releasing the aforementioned laborer. I can't believe I'm filling this out. Fine. My reason is that Cheever, Kaplan, Pendleton, and Murray are missing. No, dead. It isn't the bugs either. I keep telling the convicts that it isn't the damn bugs, but they're thick-headed. They know that we're running low on manpower, that we'll need them soon. Still, Xavier, their de facto leader, seems better. I've shown him the blade marks and the plasma burns. He says he understands what we're up against and why we're going to have to stick together. Blaney.
So, do you recognize one of the names in there?
Yeah, Cheever, one of the devs we interviewed.
For our 100th episode, actually. You know, that was a big one for us.
Indeed. Our podcast is still going. We have a couple more this month that we are doing soon. Another log here. Also from Eisenberg. Please prepare transportation for personnel arriving on the next supply ship. We should be receiving an additional biologist, 2 neurobiologists, and a physicist. We are all saddened by the loss of Dr. Morita, but we must move on as a team. As such, I would prefer a minimum of salacious rumors, as they tend to unnecessarily excite and worry new personnel. And she was the one that wanted to transfer, wasn't she?
Don't done just yet.
Oh, it's too late now.
Too late now. I was going to say check the drawers. Remember, of the desks. There's some logs in here as well.
Yeah, what is that? It's, I don't know.
Almost looks like species.
Yeah, it looks like a book or something. There's a woman on it.
There's magazines under the beds as well.
Milk?
Look.
Okay. Natasha, I'm sorry. If I had heard sooner, you'd know I would have done something. I wanted to shoot him, but there's so few of us. The cons won't work with me without Xavier. So there it is. I flinched. At least I came when I did, before it got too bad. Can you forgive me? Will it help if I tell you I can't sleep since then? It'll be okay, though. Between Xavier and I, we'll all get through this. Blaney. It seems like Blaney's had quite an ordeal here in this situation.
Indeed.
So we got some magazines, a little firearm magazine. Special
And,
bonus, awesome flamethrowers.
It's the behind the scenes image of Sigourney Weaver shooting a flamethrower.
Oh,
From Alien.
yeah. That's awesome.
And do you recognize the gun on it?
The gun is a QBZ, isn't it?
I think it's supposed to be the SA-80, which was in the background of the armory on the Sulaco.
Oh. I did not know that.
It's hidden away.
You're just
here.
going to completely out fanboy me on this one.
Well, we all know I prepare more than you do.
Yeah. They got the steam, they got the strobe lights. You know, they're on it with this atmosphere.
And again, we still haven't we haven't had an actual fight yet.
That's not.
But
gonna be the
that's
case
about to
before too
change.
long.
Spoilers.
Anything else down here? Oh yeah.
We get shotgun, yeah. Have a closer look at the body. See if there's anything.
Oh, just looks like a scientist or something.
Yeah, it's just a scientist. Remember your quick saves.
Yep, I will do that right now. Got another log here. Okay, Blaney, stop ducking me. No more holding out. Mattingly told me that you know the combinations on the gun lockers in remote tunnel 2. We need those now. We've lost another 2 cons, and don't tell me they walked into the bug zone. You convinced me. Now back up your word. Now back your word up.
No idea who that's supposed to be from.
Yeah, it didn't say. Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah. Let's rock. After this, after I hack this.
I do love the hacking tool, I really do. The inclusion of the hacking tool and the welding torch, which we'll see later. And those moments as well, because there's so many in the game.
Also another scene very reminiscent of Aliens. We're running through the vents here.
We get to check 6 sometimes.
Yep.
Not a good place to be. Right, that's one. Whew. Oh, 2 for 1 there, nice. Oh no, it's still alive. I love that in this game as well.
Yeah.
I don't think they did it in Classic. They do it in 2010 though, from what I remember.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome when they did it in 2010.
Came out. I think an expectation at that point. That was something I found a little disappointing compared to. Well, actually, I'll talk after this.
And there's Blaney.
We barely knew ye. So yeah, that if you didn't notice, you know, the alien was hiding in the corner on the wall.
Yeah.
So the difference between this and Classic was that Classic had like a spawning AI style thing where it would spawn at a location and then try and find you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one is, and again, you're going to be coming up to one in a second. You know, there is predetermined spawning
Yeah, I
location.
remember this one because you can kind of creep up on him when he's crouched down.
Mm-hmm. Behind there, yeah. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, that can be cool. I think 2010 proves that cool. When, you know, they have them coming out the wall nooks and stuff like that. But here, I'm not massively keen on it.
To administration from Rykov. Dr. Morita's death will no longer be a topic of gossip. Morale is a security issue, so anyone spreading rumors will be dealt with severely. More shotgun rounds. Go ahead and load those up.
Major, all here. We need assistance. We're pinned down in yard.
Sounds like the rest of our team is also getting ambushed.
Meet where? Pinned down. Copy?
And things are going to start to kick up here.
Woo! Shit! Oh my god!
Couldn't even make you past level 1. To be fair, I think I did the same. So, attempt number 2. Well, we're still in by Destin, you know, we don't have to be quiet for this part.
No, it's alright.
I want to be quiet for this part. Okay.
So we're gonna go for that secret door, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been in there, honestly.
You say you're obsessed with it. It's easier to get into it from the top, to be honest, there.
Yeah.
'Cause you can just jump pop on that. Or just miss it. Oh, you can do it this way, I guess. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Oh shit! I heard a predator. Oh yeah, just a little room here.
Mm-hmm.
Just got his booze and his saw and his magazine.
Who is Tomoko's character model?
His face does not look so good.
No, he has seen better days.
Yeah, that's cool.
To be fair, this game was generally good with that kind of stuff, to be honest. Secrets, and there's one later on.
Oh, guys, you couldn't wait an extra couple seconds?
I always wanted to drive one of these.
And one of these days, an alien game will actually let us drive one of these.
Well, you can in Infestation.
Oh, that's... Well, that doesn't really count. That's a side-scroller.
Totally counts. It's still a great game.
I need to
Great
play through
game.
that one.
Have you not played through it?
I have not all the way.
Oh man,
Where the hell
It's
did
one of
you
my
come
favorite
from?
games.
I told you I'd pull your ass out of the
So
fire,
this is
dude.
the start of mission 2.
Where's Hall?
She's gone,
No, I
boss.
don't think it is.
And Decker's badly burned.
It's not?
I
They
think,
were everywhere.
no, I'm pretty sure this is the end of
My
mission
motion
1.
tracker can read life signs, right?
Sure.
Listen, you heard Hall's briefing. These things are parasites. They need hosts. They'll want her alive.
Hall's toast. Let's get the hell out of here.
He's right, Frosty. She's gone, man.
I'm not leaving without her. If our
So yeah,
dad
they
is
did
right,
know
they'll
about
take
them,
her for
the
incubation.
aliens.
That's their weakness.
Not much of a weakness.
I'll take what I can get.
Your transmitter's shot, but it looks like your camera feed is
So yeah,
working.
this is the bit that I think.
Monitoring
Look,
you from the
I'll let you
APC.
read.
The op's all wrong. Xenomorphs everywhere. Harrison awoke them when he activated security. White team reports the southern landing is still pretty clean though, so we're going airborne to meet them there. Johnson says the dropship can fly at least that far. That leaves Hall's team trapped. I told Harrison to come back, but the SOB won't listen. He's gone after them in a corporate APC. If he survives, I'll decide whether I write him up for insubordination. Big if. So we are
So yeah,
going to try and rescue our fellow Marine Hall.
So this is the bit that I think's the start of the alien
There
mission.
isn't much time. You better get moving.
This is a bad idea, Harrison.
Heading toward the main personnel quarters.
Where are you going?
First,
Got a runner.
Frosty, this is suicide.
That was convenient.
Too fair.
Oh,
So, yeah,
more booze.
plenty of evidence of more magazines. So I think that might be the where you come out of as an alien, that alleyway.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, it looks similar asset. I can't remember whether it's intended to be that location in lore though. Don't forget your quick saves coming up.
Always gotta remind
I do.
me. That's because I fuck it up so much.
Well,
A good reason to turn around.
I just
Come
know
on,
where
give
my
it up, man.
my encouragement is needed. That is another feature that I absolutely love from this game. That interaction
That's pretty creepy.
in the
yeah.
hive.
I was
know how much I
disappointed
love
in
hive.
2010 when you. Well, could you interact with them in 2010? I think they just got triggered if you got close to them. I don't think you could like.
I don't
interact with
remember.
them. But yeah, that's pretty creepy feature. And some of them burst, and some of them just kind of moan and suffer. God damn it,
And-
you little bastard! There we go.
And it's pretty important to actually check them as you go by, because in some missions, you know, if you go by them without checking, they'll burst on you later.
It's good to handle them one at a time then.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's my philosophy on it anyway.
Here's the creepy alien hive. That's Aaron's favorite.
I do love the hives. Any sort of hive level in the games, I'm just like, yeah.
Not all of them interact, I guess. Some of them just give you stuff.
You know, I'm not gonna argue with free stuff.
hear some aliens running down there. But I will be taking the elevator.
Yeah. Seems like a less risky route than jumping down.
Go down there.
No, I'm not sure I want to go down.
Yeah. These other Marines are not quite as heroic as I am.
No, they have no interest in this.
Yeah, Monolith knows how to make horror games, dude. You really need to play through like the Condemned
Fears.
games and Fear. It's so good.
I know, I'll get around to
They're
it.
just on like a Lord of the Rings kick. These last too many
20
years.
years.
Yeah, they need to go back to horror.
So the introduction of the life cycle in this game again was, you know, another big thing. Which you couldn't imagine an AVP game coming out now and not doing it, could you?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love this little location. There's a little taste of Hive. Though I'm pretty sure the timeline doesn't quite work out. She shouldn't be infected. Ready? It's a Burke type situation, you know, with the deleted scene.
Yeah. All the infection times always
Very
vary for the
depending on plot.
Yeah. Not a happy ending for Hall here.
Kill me. Frosty, get out of there.
Get out of there.
That will have woken a few of them up.
They don't like it when you kill their babies. And now it melts through the floor.
That would be cool. If they did like a next gen Alien game,
Yeah,
like
it
we're
needs
always
destructible
hoping for
scenery.
the acid melting tech to be improved.
How about DICE do one? And we have, you know, a bit of frostbite. Smell there and, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, DICE is just so busy with other projects. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they could pull off a good Alien game.
I've no doubt. We'll see how put my teeth in. We'll see how Cold Iron do soon. Hopefully.
Yeah. I guess it's a next gen game now because the new consoles have launched. So
I think it was always announced as a next gen anyway.
was it? I don't think so. They
I'm pretty
announced
sure it
it
was.
before the next gen consoles were announced
I'll have to check.
because it was January 2017, I think, when they announced the game.
You're six, Frosty.
Look at that tension at this point as well, just rushing you along. I think if you turn back, you should see.
Oh, they're coming.
Yeah.
Oh, the door bugged out a little bit. At least it took a few of them out.
Yeah. Keep going. They're coming for you.
I can hear those Alien Resurrection sound effects. Oh, shit!
I think I overestimated that.
It's
No
okay.
time
it's
for
okay. I got 'em
sightseeing.
all.
This time. But how many edits did this take?
Too many.
Damn corporate APC with its Weyland Yutani branding.
I always like this bit right here.
Yeah, bit of trauma.
Yeah.
Frosty's about to see some shit.
I Kane's log. Based on Harrison's report, I have declared Sergeant Hall KIA as of 8:32 a.m. I will advance her name for accommodation. It feels like empty consolation. Soldiers shouldn't die that way, torn apart from the inside. At least most of her team made it out, thanks to Harrison and his stolen APC. White team picked them up just beyond the POC oh, fuck.
You can never make it. Cool seeing all the APCs together, actually. Even if none of the games really do make use of them. I love that running. I really do.
What the hell is going on?
No response, sir. The gate won't open.
I don't think open sesame is gonna work, sir.
How about we use Duke as a battering ram?
Just get the
I
door
like-
open. We're sitting
I like
ducks.
the dialogue in this. The
Got more
jib
balls than brains, son.
Yeah.
Exactly what this
and the
assignment
graffiti on
calls
the
for.
APC. I like that as well.
Our lens for you, but it'll drain your battery quickly. You'll only be able to use it for short stretches. Don't rely on it too much.
Like this mission ain't stupid enough for that.
Despite casualties, White Team has secured the southern landing.
Harrison, good luck.
Clearly there are no
Looking
survivors
good,
here.
Frosty.
The forward pods remain another question. Self-sufficient, if highly isolated, they could have survived. However, our attempts to contact them have failed. Whether the landing is dead or the pods are. Either way, we'll have to drive there. 3 hours by APC. Let's hope the famed Dr. Eisenberg gives us a better greeting than our last.
It won't be by much.
Yeah, they're not going to be very happy to see us. So I do like that. I do like seeing the APCs all together like this. Is that our Wayland one? Is that our stolen one?
And so they just decided to spray paint that when they stopped or sometime on the way?
No, this is ours. I think this is ours. The one that I procured. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so the one in the middle is your...
So that's a nice bit of attention to detail as well, keeping that. And see if we got the Wayland Yutani on the door.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think we can we...
Yeah, I'll tell your mother you died like a man.
Oh, I'm playing now, by the way.
Good luck, Frosty.
I'll tell you, mother.
Yep, we've switched to Aaron. We are, even though this is a longer video incorporating multiple missions, we are still switching back and forth with each mission.
I like that character model.
Yeah, he's ready to go with all those rounds.
I don't... it would have been nice to have seen in multiplayer. And we have our... they call it IR, but it's night vision, really. Damn bugs.
I hate bugs.
I hate bugs.
Alright, I got an update. Mother can't override the access codes as long as the tunnel security system remains online. So we're gonna have
Anderson gets to be the errand boy again,
tunnels are divided
opening the door for them while they're safely in the APC.
gated on either end.
Interesting that they actually have a portable mother with them.
Only one gate in a section can be opened at a time.
Unless they're talking to the mother on Verloc.
On foot could allow
Maybe
APC
that's what it's referring to.
tunnel section by section. Harrison, I'm gonna need you to find the primary control terminal and shut it down. It should be just past tunnel section 4. That's the first control station.
A bit of Rich Ragsdale music coming through here. Which I think is pretty much from the first one.
Harrison, you're gonna have to seal us in and then open the gate from the other side. Once we're through, we'll provide fire support.
I bet you will. Although, to be fair, we do get to see him do that, actually.
The next control station.
Transport handling procedure. Live specimens are not allowed within the tunnel network without secure electrified containment systems. Larval specimens must be transported with Class 4 stasis field. Convict labourers must be accompanied by passive electronic restraints.
Oh.
Very Fiorina in appearance here as well, I think.
Yeah, the door shapes. Oh.
Yeah. You tricked me last time. I forgot you did that.
Good job, Harrison. Harrison, get that door open.
That conveniently
Right
opens
through
up the next one. Yeah, I love that as well. Just this. Ah, I love this game.
Yeah, it is an awesome game.
Oh. That shit me up. Thought you came from behind me. Where did you come from? It's a good job you guys have me.
Not that one.
There's so much to add the tension.
Watch it back. It's gonna get hot. Hey, Major, we got a contingency plan? You want to take over for him, Duke? I didn't say nothing.
I think the APC should start, yeah, shooting things now. That was a thrilling one.
All right, Harrison, open containment area 2. You're on your own until you activate the gate on the other side.
Oh, did I pick up a smart gun? Why are you telling me about a smart gun if I haven't got one yet?
I thought I saw it on the floor back there. By the terminal. Other one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Blind. See the aftermath of the turrets there. Again, cool moment there, you know, jumping through that.
Did you get the log on the ground back there?
That one. Or is there a second one?
Is the one by the door you just left.
Yeah, that was the boring one I read earlier.
That must have been why I forgot that.
It just said that the tunnel was closed for maintenance.
That's where you gotta get out your cutting torch.
We've got to get the cutting torch next.
That's right. Let's start with it.
You're all under me. I think you're all under. Are you gonna? Internal Security Protocol Chief, from Dr. Eisenberg. Although I understand the need to discourage espionage, I think the latest measures go beyond prudent safeguards. By tying the security layer into the node protocol, you do prevent any unauthorized transmissions in the system. However, the data layer is by definition an open layer and vulnerable to attack. The collapse of this layer could result in a cascade failure of the entire node tree. We're talking a cold reboot, 15 minutes downtime. Given the hostility of this world, I would hate to be without protection for 1 minute, let alone 15. So Dr. Eisenberg's foreshadowing what we're about to do.
Mm.
And this is, I think, is another first, as the cutting torch. Again, since become a big staple, quite rightfully so.
Yeah, it was really cool in Alien Isolation. The uses for the torch.
Oh, I don't think there's actually anything really down here, but... I remember being attacked down there last time. It's like, is it really worth it? We're not doing very well with these doors, are we?
Oh, that got me all the time too. Could never tell which ones just wouldn't open and which ones would. It's a cool little area. Doesn't seem like a very safe bridge.
I don't know, it seems sturdy enough. I wouldn't want a strong wind there.
He lost his head.
Smarter gun round, they'll do to you.
That is kind of a cool animation though, when you shoot their heads off and they just kind of flail around before falling down.
Oh.
It's like Johnner in Resurrection. He's like, ah!
Spiders. Anything up here? I can't remember.
Nope.
Can't remember. Is that? I think that might have actually been the way in. I think I just. Oops. Skirted by it.
I think you gotta hit the switch back there.
No, I did. I was just checking. Make sure I hadn't gone past anything interesting. This plaque is dedicated to the crew of APC-6, lost on the routine transport on the main egress road.
So I guess they've been dealing with aliens here for a good while.
Not that. That is their business after all. Just random dead people.
A lot of collateral damage on this little
Yeah,
corporate facility.
that's what dealing. Oh, and we've lost a marine apparently. Who's this guy?
Oh, there they are.
Oh no, not this. Oh, I hate doing this. I hate when it auto flips to the next highest number weapon. If I remember rightly, is there some... Nope. There we are. Some flares. Well worth it. Oh, there's a cool... Yeah, what?
Oh yeah, that part was always pretty creepy.
I do like moments like that. You know, it would be nice if we could have saved him, mind you. I don't think it's possible. Don't want to get run over. I bet you they would have run me over as well.
Oh, I'm sure it would have, yeah.
We ain't stopping for no one. Oh,
Oh, this part's pretty freaky as well.
I think, isn't that our character model? Isn't that Harrison?
Maybe.
I think it
Kind of
is.
looks like it with the red shoulder pads.
So where are these guys come from?
Just a bunch of gore.
We do love our
It's out
gimmick.
there.
Police trying to get it online. It's no use. We've got to get to the security control station. Looks like there's a service tunnel that should take you to the main terminal.
Yep. The old Jibs at Quake 3 brought to the scene.
Head right.
Because why would you not use the smart gun when you have it?
Straight up.
Oop.
Yeah, it's
You
somewhere
get
to
stuck
be.
there, buddy. Oh, how am I going to get through there?
I don't know. Maybe shoot the.
There are spoilers.
Explodey.
Spoilers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a shame. I love Alice, but I'm always disappointed when you don't get to be in the power loaders.
Well, eventually we did in Colonial Marines.
No, we don't talk about that game. But I think I can't remember when abouts it came, but you could in I don't know if it was before or after AVP2. In Thanatos Encounter, you could.
Oh, that's right. They had a boss.
But
Wait,
you-
no.
You could just get inside a power loader.
I'm thinking of Infestation.
Just to get.
I don't think I ever played Thanatos Encounter either.
Oh man, you know when it was at this age was when I was like, if I couldn't take, I couldn't take my desktop in my pocket with me, so I had it on Game Boy. I had Thanatos Encounter on Game Boy Color.
What's going on, Major?
Did you have Last of Us Clan?
Yutani schematics lack pertinent data. Which
No, that was something I brought. I say recently, it was like 7 years ago. But
their situation just got a whole lot worse.
oh. Just barged its way through.
So now we are on Mission 3, Betrayal. We have just
Which is
driven our
Sorry, but-
APCs through these multi-locked tunnels. And apparently, we've caused a problem.
I think this one's probably one of the meatier levels in terms of like lore and stuff. There's a lot in this one.
They're walking in synchronization.
Gentlemen,
I do love the walking and
welcome
running
to the
animations
forward
in this.
observation pods. You took down our defense grid.
Your corporation decided we
Rykov
didn't
is
need the
not
complete
happy.
details of your security protocols.
We
I don't know
made
why they didn't say Wayland
alterations.
Yutani there.
You can never be too safe.
Apparently you can. Regardless, my men are ready to deploy immediately if necessary.
You're too late. We've repaired what can be repaired. 6 of my men died today.
Sorry to hear that. But the situation is contained?
We're still assessing the situation. The pods are intact, but we have
So,
teams
to
in
make it through the
field
tunnels,
for
to
biological
unlock the
and
doors, they had
archaeological
to
research.
disable
Even
the
after
security
what
grid.
happened to the POC?
This
Which is
facility
then what
is
caused
self-contained, with
the
security
security
running
to
properly
go down in
within
Alien Mission
Besides, we've wired the tunnels with
3?
charges. We can seal them remotely.
When you see Dunya's
3 teams still haven't reported.
boyfriend, husband,
You may have killed more
getting
than
Or
killed, yeah.
We'll
fiance.
do whatever we
fiance.
can to get
Fiance.
them out.
we should
Men
And then
like my
Ivan in the
fiance,
background there.
I'd like to
Dimitri.
reestablish our communication link
Ivan in
with
the background, we'll be
POC.
seeing him
I'm afraid
later.
the landline was severed when the facility was overrun.
We've set up a booster transmitter in the tunnels. With your permission, my soldiers can modify your software
Though
to
the
utilize
alien's
our
actually
transmitter.
still
Of course.
running around
If you
in
could lend us a
the
terminal,
pods
Harrison here
when
can
we're playing
perform
this
the work.
mission.
Technician Styles, please take this gentleman
There's
to
a
the
good few
control deck.
references to it.
Assist him in any way necessary.
I'm fairly sure we even encountered the Pred alien that you set loose as an alien.
Isolate the Marines' communication channels. We don't want them asking embarrassing questions of pod personnel. You prepared the rosters?
Yes, General.
Will it hold up to investigation?
Without bodies, who can prove where they died? In the tunnels, as we'll claim, or 6 weeks ago in the POC.
We
Some
do
shenanigans going off here.
Go then.
I wonder when they decided to do the Operation Savior thing, when that idea came about here.
Major McCain's log. The good news. We have found survivors. Dr. Eisenberg and his head of security, General Rykoff, greeted us on arrival. Only they weren't happy. Reportedly, Mother's virus didn't just take down the tunnel security, it also tore a hole in the pod's defense grid big enough for a herd of bugs to run through. They've had fatalities in the pod and lost contact with a large archaeological team, 24 scientists and laborers. I've offered to assist, starting with getting Harrison to restore contact to the Verloc. We may be needing her cold sleep chambers for emergency medical evacuation. The objective is proceed to the communication terminal. And here's an email to all personnel from internal security. In recent days, we have detected a number of unauthorized transmissions emanating from within the pods. Let me remind you that internal communication transmitters are the property of Weyland-Yutani. All transmissions must be limited to the RF space specified by company procedure NL783. Failure to comply with NL738. Sorry.
Yeah, they've got those wrong way around.
That's not me. That's a typo. Is grounds for criminal prosecution. Oh, these open up? No. You got any secrets for me?
I think that's it here.
So yeah, now we're in the pods, just like we were in the Alien and the Predator campaigns. Again, I love the Nostromo type look of these pods.
Mm-hmm.
We got in here.
Have a look in the next one.
Oh, it's Tomiko.
It is.
Our
That's where she
little
lives.
Inside mole, or who soon will be our little inside mole. This is where I'm betrayed. Ah, let me in.
System access console 872.
Access transmission protocols.
Access denied. General transmission protocol.
We don't tend to see voice-activated
Access landline transmission protocols.
interactions with the AI.
Reset
Unless
primary
it's the
transport
prequels.
route to V290 booster
well,
protocol.
Covenant specifically.
Oh, that's true. I guess they didn't talk to the AI in Prometheus, did they?
Well, Mother wasn't a thing for Prometheus. Don't think.
What the hell? I'm having trouble accessing the transmission protocols.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
She mad.
Startled me.
I believe we have a problem in the transmission line. You'll need to interface with the root
You need to
system.
interface with
Please
the root
follow me.
system. Interface with the root system. Put my mouth in there.
It can take a cunning man to disable our security system.
Yeah, well.
I love it when
that
they
was
just
Mother,
throw
not
words.
me. I was just following orders.
I like brave.
What was that?
Really?
When they just throw technical sounding words. Interface with the
yeah.
root system.
Your fiance?
Fiance, yeah, she says there.
Man, my luck never changes.
Don't worry, he's dead. Thanks to you.
try and hit on her moments after you've killed her fiance. Smooth, Harrison, smooth. I guess that's why they call you
Yes,
Frosty.
of course. I understand. I will be there soon.
Oh god. Whack. And that little twitch on the ground as well.
It's been a while since we've seen new blood around here.
What? Where am I?
You just come out of cold sleep? What are you in for?
Huh?
What crime were you convicted of?
I'm not a convict. I'm a Marine.
Sure you are. And I'm innocent.
What
I gotta
fucking
get out of here.
creep, man.
Attention security. Please escort convict number 16 to prep room B.
That's you.
16 into lot.
Boy.
To be fair, you'd have thought they'd
You
have had
must have
loads.
really pissed somebody off. Out of the freezer and into the frying pan. It's too bad we didn't have more time to get acquainted.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken too.
No sedative for this one.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Me to
she
let you
really
know when
hates
it's done?
Harrison.
No need. I will be in the observation room.
The guards alone. Idiots. They're getting sloppy lately.
So
Must have their
that
minds
was
on other things.
implying that they were going to use me as a
their
test
mistake.
subject.
Yes. Get ready to run at this bit.
Yeah,
If you don't remember.
I remember.
I guess they didn't have time to mod a shiv.
What a... There we go.
That was awful.
I know. Time to escape.
Take a look down the room. Who do you think that is?
Oh, that's the guy who was the ship captain.
Yeah, it's on the pad next to you as well. It mentions it. Well, behind you, sorry, on the rail.
November 27th, 2230. Security transfer. Subject Captain Jonas Richter. Transfer notes. Isolate subject on Eisenberg's orders. Maintain constant electronic monitoring. Release only on doctor's personal authorization. What excuse do they have to lock him up? It's not like it was his fault.
I guess smuggling the alien egg.
Yeah, but he didn't know what the hell it was, and they told him not to open it.
Maybe they're just trying to blame him then, I guess.
Bastards, man.
Yeah, well, you can never trust a company. Big company, big business. There's an ammo crate in the first room.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
They give you health.
You know where everything is in this game, don't you?
Well, I did just play this through like 2 or 3 times.
With
recently.
good aim, the pistol is a deadly weapon with 2 distinct bullets. Use the alt fire to switch from the anti-personnel to armor-piercing rounds, which is ideal for fighting Praetorians. Hopefully I won't have to fight a Praetorian with my pistol.
We know we don't have to fight one this mission. Look behind you as you go up.
No. Oh shit! That's why.
Told you. I told you. Though I don't know where he spawned from. I love that in any of the games. I absolutely
It
love
emulates
that.
the little iris openings events.
That recalls 2 of my favorite franchises. Alien and Stargate.
Oh, that's right. That was part of Stargate as well.
Like we don't have enough problems already.
This was a very interesting mission.
So
how
they're
it's...
talking about Alien here. The Alien campaign being loose.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
This is a bug.
Ooh. Different to the bugs I faced on this mission. Oh. I don't think I got that when I played.
Yeah. Just a little illustration of how this
That was
game
quick.
could
Jesus
use...
Christ. Are these David's aliens?
Right. Oh, I don't have... Oh, I still do have this. That's nice.
You just picked it up. You literally just picked it up.
Oh, that's right. I thought I picked up a weapon for some reason. Hey, it's a stressful situation, all right? But yeah, that was pretty damn quick. Ouch.
Do you have the results on the test group yet?
Cybernetic rejection is down
There's 2
4%.
conversations here to watch.
Slow and steady wins the race, right? At least it's improvement. That's human ingenuity for you.
Is it?
Is it?
What's
Yeah,
that supposed to
I love
mean?
What do you mean?
Close
This
enough.
gear's derived from artifact technology.
See, that's cool that they're actually already working on
What if we're misunderstanding what it does?
jockey
We
stuff.
could be putting ourselves in a lot of
Pilot
danger.
stuff, I suppose.
No more than when we agreed to come here. Anyway, enough speculation. We've got another batch of data to go through.
Scientist types.
So the next one makes me chuckle, actually, this conversation.
Yes. Coming along nicely.
If you go forward a little bit more, go
You
forward.
see the alien there?
And he's talking about the alien as if it's reacting, and it's...
Yeah, it's stationary.
Introducing pheromone now.
But I think that's a cool alien model, though. It reminds me of K-Species from Extinction, even though I kind of think it's supposed to be dissected.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I do like that. I really like that look. I think there might be some custom skins with that appearance.
Yeah, this is a really interesting mission, how it's very like, you've been framed, and you're suddenly in lockup, and now you're an escapee. It's just a total change of pace to what we've been doing so far in the Marine campaign.
Well, they don't even frame you, really. They make you out to be dead. And
Right, right. So they,
yeah.
well, they try and change your identity, I guess.
Story,
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, you have a different briefing there, if you want to.
Check it out as soon as I get this open. Rykov assures me that the pod security has been restored, yet the personnel remain nervous and edgy. I also heard warning klaxons periodically and reports that Deck 24 has been sealed due to an ongoing containment. Rykov explained that this is normal procedure. The floors are evacuated and sealed until chemical treatments can be applied. No guards get hurt that way. Of course, this takes time. I pity the man who fails to get out in time. I can't imagine being trapped in there with one of those things, not after what they did to Hall. Escape the pods.
Hall had a quick life cycle turnaround as well.
You know, it would be interesting in any future, like, Aliens movies or media or whatever.
Don't forget your quick saves as well, by the way. I just thought.
Yeah, thank you. If they went into, like, a corporate PMC kind of dynamic like this game has.
Well, working for, playing as them, or?
No, I just mean like in a future Alien movie, if they ever brought the Colonial Marines back and had a dynamic between them and the Marines or the PMC. Implant victim is very strong. These predators are hardy animals. Biology appears to be compatible with xenomorphology. Gestation moving into final stages. Chestburster already exhibiting unusual physiology. Look forward to seeing it full grown behind glass, of course. Interesting. So I guess it takes longer for a Predalien to gestate in a predator, which makes sense with the first AVP movie because it took Scar quite a while.
I think there's some health in the ladder above you. But yeah, I'm fairly we're gonna meet the Predalien relatively soon, and I'm fairly sure
we'll
this
have
is
to fight it with the pistol then.
Yeah, but the Predalien, not a Praetorian.
All those ladders, man. Those old school ladders. They never had an easy way to get on them.
I'm pretty sure this is where you let it out as an alien.
Do I have any armor-piercing rounds? No, I don't think
You don't
so.
need them against Predalien. It's all right. So I
Oh,
think
it was saying Praetorian.
Yeah. Oh, there's a cool thing on the.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
No.
I love those little set pieces.
Okay, October 16th, 2230. Weyland-Yutani Physicians Report. Subject, General Vasily Rykov. The General refused again to undergo a physical exam. I have reported this to Dr. Eisenberg, but he does nothing. I fear the General may be chemically dependent. He becomes jumpy and irritable on a regular cycle, disappearing momentarily to return refreshed. If I am right, his actions may place us all in jeopardy. The doctor should act. In any event, I have voiced my concern. My hands are clean. I wonder if what's happening to me, the fact that they're faking my death and all that, and have a plot against the Marines, if that is only the corporate PMC's doing, like Dr. Eisenberg doesn't know about what Rykov's doing.
I genuinely can't remember. I'm sure it comes up in the Alien campaign. It does because Operation Savior, it takes place at the same time you're trying to rescue the Empress. Yeah, it comes at this the crossway here. Yeah, you should be hearing it.
Got it.
Nice and easy. Lots of welding on this level,
yeah.
Which is nice because it slows the pace down a little bit. You know, you have that nice, slow, tense first mission, and then it sort of goes all guns out and very Aliens feel when you have to rescue Hall. And then it slows down again here.
Harrison is dead. Rykov's Lieutenant Dunya just delivered the news. In the aftermath of the bug attack, a convict laborer jumped a guard. Harrison walked straight into the fight. A flamethrower went off, then Harrison's ammo belt. Somehow the convict survived, and they are hunting him now. Dunya seemed especially intent on this, obsessive almost. I shouldn't blame her. From what Rykov has said, she lost her fiancé when we took down the defense grid. I hope she finds the escaped SOB and kills him. Maybe that will bring her some peace. Dude.
Wow. Thank you, Major. Thank you.
Oh.
And the legendary crossover point.
Yep, there's our Predator we played through his campaign with.
Although he's supposed to be unconscious at this point, I guess they didn't want to.
Well, he is
model
unconscious.
that.
You'll see once I.
I know. Once you do it,
with
he'll
his
start to
eyes,
follow you around,
with
but
his
his
eyes
eyes
open.
Yeah.
But yeah, once I hack this, he'll start looking at me. Oh, I need my hack tool, which is where?
Nowhere around here.
Surgery to remove forearm devices failed. Hard to explain. Medically, the specimen was very strong. Then, as the device was removed, pulmonary arrest occurred. Considerable evidence of tamper-proofing within the machinery, but what kind of society would prefer its soldiers to die instead of being unarmed?
That is an interesting way of justifying how the Predator keeps its knife. I think this wakes it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
How creepy is that?
What are you doing? Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Oh, but I said creepy, but you know, cool works as well. Look behind you.
He's an animal story.
Uh-oh.
Looks like he's
Uh-oh.
armed.
You can't catch me.
Containment team, report to suspect area 4.
I think there's a couple of conversations coming up.
He has killed several guards and 1 Marine. All other convict laborers have been recalled to detention.
Yeah, it sounds like this is just Rykov's plot because he has a vendetta against the Marines because I guess of his experience in them.
Don't open it just yet. Wait. Listen to this.
Like these things.
You shouldn't. They're killers.
That's not helping, Carl.
You laughing at?
I think I'm gonna sit down
Funny
for a minute.
conversation.
They can smell you, you know. You can't hide from them.
I like him winding him up here.
You have to admire them in a frightening sort of way.
That's probably a quick save at this point as well, mate. Shit's about to get real.
Being a sneaky. Sorry.
Soldier, in 30 seconds you'll be dead.
What?
See that security camera over the door? I've rerouted the feed so only I can see you, but if I keep it this way for very long, someone's bound to notice.
Who are you?
I need you to get me a package.
I'm a Marine, not a delivery boy. Why me?
Because you have half a chance of getting it. I had to ditch it where I knew they wouldn't look, but I can't get back there, so you're going. Once you have my package, we'll talk about your team.
I don't negotiate with corporate spies.
I'm not negotiating. Implantation lab number 2, down the belt, buddy.
Some of that feels so wrong to me. Down the hall, buddy.
Yeah. Weyland-Yutani Specimen Collection Report. 16 live eggs collected. Team composition, 6 combat synthetics, 4 A5 models, 1 Unimog. Collection costs, 2 A5, 1 combat synth. Note, material degradation has increased markedly in the last week. Egg collection will likely fall in the near term. Recommend tighter restrictions on approved studies. Got some rounds here. Open the belt and maybe, I don't know, should we do it? Should we do it?
Yeah, of course it can. I love this.
Uh-oh. I pushed the big red button. Time to escape. And this part has the secret I haven't done before. Ah, not the hot
you have
steam.
to come back to it though. It's when you disable the security.
Oh, it's through there, huh?
Watch your step. That's an egg pit in front of you. The eggs are stored in stasis pools. Just don't get too close or they may wake up. The door across from you leads to another egg chamber.
There's a note on the.
You can use to disable the power. When they send someone to
She's finished talking. So this is cool because it kind of reminds me of. It's very intentionally done to remind you of the stasis field in. Yeah. Oh, where are you going? Uh-oh.
I thought we have to walk through here.
No, go back. Go back up the stairs. And there's a note stuck to the side of the...
Xenomorph handling procedures. Stasis field systems provide protection for normal passage through Stage 1 container areas only. Do not handle containment vessels directly. Warning, the prep area is intended for temporary storage only. To ship Stage 1 Xenomorphs to permanent storage, please use the primary belt. Yeah, we do have to go down here, I think.
Yeah, the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So I guess they trigger the hatching and then put the facehuggers in the storage containers in the room we just came from. They will hatch if you get too close to them.
No.
I don't want to be the guy who has the job to sort of stroke open the eggs.
Yep. They probably have a machine do that or something.
No.
Get some oxygen. Yeah.
See that panel?
Ugh.
It'll override the security lockdown. Unfortunately,
If you go up the stairs as well, but hide when you get up there. There's a little conversation there about a character that we're gonna see a couple of logs about.
We just lost the stasis fields in the egg pits. It must be Kenji. This is his style. Transmissions have stopped. I can't triangulate. It's strange. He's been quiet since the incident. Now this. Spies are like fleas. Hard to find, harder to kill.
Okay, I think that's it. So, I'm not... Kenji's mentioned a few times, and I think it's Tomoko's brother.
Yeah, that would make sense given her dialogue.
I can't exactly remember if she says his name later, but yeah. You'll hear about it. Oh, you could get him through there.
Oh, come on, there we go.
Adam and those stair skills. So if you go back now,
go back down
to
here.
To the pit that we just came from. The conveyor will have stopped, and you can get to the secret area.
Oh, yeah, I've never done this before. But are the eggs a bit more reactive now?
Yeah, just run.
Gotcha, bitches.
So it's this one, I think. Yeah.
Oh, you just shoot it?
No. You weld the top of it. There's two little nuggets.
Oh, come on. It's a little finicky on this one. Come on. There we go.
So if you go all the way to the bottom, keep going up. Up there.
This predator's final resting place here.
Indeed. And there's a log on the floor that reads very much of an unsatisfied developer.
My boss is such an ass. I swear he couldn't manage himself out of a paper bag. If I hear, why doesn't our stuff look like this one more time, something's going to happen. Half of my compadres have already transferred over to Pod 3. They say it's a cakewalk over there. I'm not sure what's keeping me here. I keep telling myself I'm seeing this project through its completion, but...
Tell me that does not sound like a developer who's angry and wants to go work for, what was the other game? No One Lives Forever or something.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened here?
I don't think there's any narrative.
Yeah, I know. It's too bad there's not some extra ammo or something.
It's kind of like the room in the first mission, you know, with the random dead body in there.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That is it. Whoa.
Yeah, yours is
mine's a little
out.
buggy.
Fair bit more than mine does. Mine doesn't like the big hard airlock doors.
Give us a remaster. Somebody, just give us a remaster. Or just, a remake at this point. Get out of here.
But just make sure it has, you know, modding and everything still on it.
Can hear all those eggs hatching. Oh, I need some air.
Remember, the stasis fields are shut down.
So the eggs are a difference here because I don't think you really saw them in Classic. From what I remember, you had the sterilized ones in the first mission as the Marine, but you never had. Wow, that was cold-blooded. But you never had any that would actively hatch or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's another playthrough we gotta do.
We'll get there. We'll do them all. Oh yeah, you have to have a look at this bit. You can shoot. You can shoot it open.
Little monkey.
The crate.
Hello,
How
friend.
cruel! How cruel is that?
I have never seen this before. I've always missed this.
The face hugger wouldn't even fit around the thing. It'd be like a body hugger. Oh, there's a log. I think it's later on where somebody talks about the missing cat, and if it ends up in the implantation lab, somebody's gonna get murdered. I don't know if that might be the one we end up killing as an alien for food.
Maybe. Note in here. To Avril Monroe from Dr. Berger. I tried to talk with Eisenberg about this, but the topic left him quite cold. I guess he doesn't get along with his father, or dislikes his father's work. Sorry, I couldn't help more. It's in response from, let's see, from Avril Monroe to Dr. Berger. Your mentorship has been great, but the hive is getting to me. I hear Eisenberg's father runs the synth research for Weyland-Yutani, and that he's doing interesting stuff with neural imprinting onto prosthetic limbs. Sight to bind, hearing for the deaf. It's very exciting. Would you mind recommending me to the doctor? So that kind of hints that Eisenberg's father runs like
the synth
stuff.
Yeah.
But
there's later logs as well that really sort of like imply that he is an entirely synthetic body with the mind.
But I mean,
implanted.
He wasn't physically damaged after his ordeal, so why would they do that?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it's weird.
Unless, like, he was psychologically damaged, and then his father did it, like, oh, I guess I'll just experiment on him because he's, like, fucked up now, or something. Oh,
I love this bit as well, because you get one jump. Yep, there it is. Oh, you missed it.
Oh, yeah, he hit the glass. That's cool.
Look at him running around. That's brilliant. Are we going to get any takers down there?
You know, I think this game won some awards, like with PC Gamer when it came out.
I think it did. You've missed some. I think you missed some cool stuff down there.
So yeah, I just looked it up, and it says the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences nominated AVP2 for its 2001 Computer Action Adventure Game of the Year and Online Gameplay of the Year awards. However, it lost in both categories to Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Damn you! Similarly, the editors of Computer Games magazine nominated AVP2 as Best Action Game of 2001, but ultimately gave the award to Operation Flashpoint Cold War Crisis. Nah. AVP2 deserved all that shit. Come on.
I could kind of understand losing to Wolfenstein because of the pedigree, but nah.
We have a scientist there who's not noticing us.
No interest at all.
Creeping around the pods. As we do.
There's an emergency panel at the end of the line. Gain access.
You missed a couple of drawers.
Where are you going?
Where's your aim? Where's your eye, man?
It's terrible.
It's worse than me.
Got some notes here. December 26, 2230. The food's labeled for a reason. If it doesn't have your name on it, don't eat it, or I'll start slipping in some delicacies from Deck 14 if you keep it up. Edwards. Jason's received the latest Holo flick at Gateway. We'll be viewing it here next Thursday at 2100. For anyone who's interested, don't worry, it's not as bad as last week's. December 12th, 2230. If anyone's seen my cat in Mischief wandering the hallways, please let me know. I know that we are all very tense these days, but she means a lot to me. She's been missing for 2 days now, and I'd better not find her in one of those animal cages or there will be hell to pay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we eat her.
That cat became lunch, I think. Okay, what did you say that I missed? In the drawers?
Some drawers in here.
Oh, I see. No, nothing.
Nothing. Oh.
Yeah, nothing.
Hang on, was there in the third one?
No, nothing.
No, sorry, the first one.
Mm-mm. They're empty.
Okay. Sorry.
But yeah, we have another little mess hall here. Very reminiscent of Alien. I would like to see what those holo flicks look like, though. Now that it mentions it.
They look like the thing on you. Go back to your right. Sorry. Left. No. Left more. No. Just turn. God damn it.
Are you talking
the containers on the wall. Containers on the wall. No, they're televisions.
You just kill him. These.
There. No. Forward. Go. Okay, forward a little bit more. Round the corner. There you go.
That's not what I was asking.
You're
I was asking about the holo flicks, what they look like.
I know, but I can't give you an answer to the holo flicks. I think it looks like the strippers from the club in 2010.
Or the DVD menu for the original Alien had a really.
You know
cool,
what? I really can't remember the 20th
cylinder.
20th anniversary one.
I think Alien Theory on YouTube did a whole video on all the DVD menus and stuff of the Alien Legacy release, and it shows all those menus, and they're really cool. I miss those old school DVD menus where they actually put in some effort.
Yeah, well, nobody cares about
I still don't have my hacking
media
tool
anymore. Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut that part out.
What?
When I couldn't
find the thing.
Yeah. Hello?
Look at all these locked doors. Jump up and have a look at them. There's nobody there. Why are they locked? How's anybody supposed to use those?
Yeah.
You can come back and open those once you've got the hacking tool. There's some interesting notes in them. I think a shotgun.
Well, now I got some armor-piercing rounds. September 3rd, 2230. I've been here 3 weeks. Inside the pods, I feel like I'm on a research vessel in orbit around Earth, nice and safe. Sharp has been kind since I arrived. Some things bother me, though. I thought this place was strictly medical, but I wonder. I've met a physicist, Adam Post. He said he was studying the relics of Zeta Site, which I first took to mean the pilot ruins that run everywhere beneath the surface. He corrected me, though. It's a younger species, he said, certainly not indigenous, with powerful energy technologies. He added that the tech was much more powerful than what he'd been building for the old WD. Then he blushed and shut up. I'm sure he meant weapons division. I think he wanted to impress me and then realized I wasn't supposed to know. Still, he was very cute, so maybe I'll forgive his warlike tendencies.
And we learn the fate of Adam soon.
Alright, where's this damn hack tool?
There's, God damn it. Why do you rush pie everywhere?
Alright, where do you want me to go?
Go back to the food storage place. No, to your left. No, keep going. Keep going to your left.
Oh my god, are we really doing this again?
In there.
Okay. Thursday, dear cook, thanks for nada. 8 straight days of cheese on bread, which you dare to call pizza. Funny guy. Hope to meet you in the hall soon and tell you what I think of you firsthand.
So I love the notes. Yeah, if you go back the way you were going before I redirected you.
Across the bridge.
You might want to start saving again
Shaft.
soon. Now, something we're about to come up on shook me to my very core. Yeah. Maybe not. Okay.
And they take a lot of bullets.
It's good. Good vests. Can't think of the English here. It's good bulletproof vests. There we go. Armor. Uh oh. Coward. Oh yeah, if you look on his computer when you're done dealing with people, I think this is where we learn about Mr. Post.
To Martin Sharp from Dr. Bethany Clements. Dear Martin, I had to write you immediately. I think something is very wrong. My friend Adam Post was accused of misplacing, possibly stealing artifacts from his lab. I know he couldn't have been because he was with me at the time, but his ID card shows him authorizing their removal. He thinks that Rykov must be involved. I feel uncomfortable going to Dr. Eisenberg about this, but I'm sure he'd want to know. I think this is a serious security breach. Can you help?
And he is being framed. We'll learn that a little later on as well, but yeah, Rykov's framing him.
And Rykov seems to be good at that.
I know, these corporate types are right bastards. So before you go in the room, look at the door.
Ovomorph implantation lab.
Ovomorph came from AVP2.
Ah, yeah, some people thought it came from Covenant, didn't it?
No, Colonial Marines was where I first found it.
Oh.
And then I noticed it here when I was doing my practice run-throughs, and I'd completely forgot about it. Because I've been wondering for years where the fuck that came from. Because that's entered, fan vernacular.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of years, and I never understood where on earth it had come from.
But they did use it in the Covenant marketing, right?
Probably. I think they did a life cycle sheet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of those things where a fan term became an official thing, but it's not a fan thing. It's just one of the wikis or something will have picked it up from here and run from it, and then so this is the earliest I've now discovered where Ovomorph was used.
10 minutes ago, Dr. Eisenberg's teams made limited contact with their missing team. They are alive but isolated. Eisenberg's team is drawing plans for their evacuation now. I put my soldiers at his disposal. Still, I am uneasy. Our communications are limited to our own radio channels. The podcoms are isolated and encrypted. To deter industrial espionage, says Eisenberg. Apparently they had problems with sabotage as well. As if I don't have enough to worry about already.
So, I wonder if that's referring to Kenji then.
Some more ammunition. Missing persons report. Archaeological expedition number 425. Unexpected xenomorph activity. They aren't usually active during the day. Distress call received at 3:15 p.m. Dropship security arrived 8 minutes later. 2 synthetics recovered. Allison Walker, Technician Class 1, Peter Graves, Technician Class 2, and Dr. Post, Research Lead, were not found.
Adam's dead. There was a drawer there as well. I don't know if there's something in... or on the other computer.
Ooh.
No, maybe it's that one, yeah.
To Dr. Rykov from Dr. Eisenberg.
To Dr. Rykov.
October 3rd, 2230. I understand that we have lost relics from the Zeta site. It is one thing for us to misplace artifacts. These are valuable, of course, but they are outside of my focus. I hope you understand that this does not apply to our specimen containment. Our arrangements have become very strained if I discover specimens have gone missing as well. So I know we have to activate that elevator. I'm just trying to remember how.
Yeah, but that's what we want the hacking tool for. You're looking for the hacking tool at this point.
I'm still looking for it. Where the hell is it?
Must be downstairs somewhere. You must have missed it. No, not that downstairs. The other downstairs.
Is this why I should have played it beforehand?
And this, folks, is why I play through these... Or upstairs, sorry.
Upstairs,
this is why I play through the game before we record these sessions.
Was it in here? Did I just miss it?
Oh, yes, it's on the tray.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and we missed this.
And there's a log there.
Okay, to Martin Sharp from Dr. Eisenberg. Your friend Dr. Clemens wrote me today. She misunderstands Rykhoff's importance and his costs. A policeman makes a fine bodyguard unless you plan to rob a bank. A good bodyguard must be paid in one currency or another. Control your team or I will. Oh.
So he's angry at Clemens, I think it was. Ooh, so that's opened. Unlocked, should we say so?
Nope.
So you can now hack the things. You can buy them. Oh no, you haven't. So sorry.
Whaling-Yutani email, date November 24th, 2230, to Dr. Stephen Fowler from Dr. Adrian Elliott. Your last note has me very worried. You're not describing the same man that I knew. Eisenberg wasn't calm or methodical. He was arrogant and cocky. Took big risks with his father to back him up. Other things, he was wimpy, got winded walking stairs. From your stories, he's been on serious vitamin regimens or something. Of course, people change when they go through things like Expedition 1, but that doesn't mean you should work with them. Just my free advice, Steve.
So more hinting at the Eisenberg thing.
They don't have very big rooms in these pods, do they?
No, I think it's reasonably sized for
I mean,
where they are.
Not as big as...
Is there a dirty joke in there somewhere?
No. I'm trying to... What's the corporate lady's name again?
Oh, Vickers.
No, not Vickers. In this game. The Russian corporate lady.
Oh, Dunya.
Dunya, that's right. She has a big apartment with a shower and all that, as we see in Primal Hunt. Are we playing through Primal Hunt as well?
Yeah, we'll play through. We'll play through
hard.
everything. Now wait for this log. Oh no, it's next log. Sorry.
Well, we'll read this one anyway since we're here. Dear Alice, in reply to your question, you know the rules. You may be my sister, but I'm sticking to public info, safer that way. Rykhoff used to be USCM, a general, discharged after an incident on Karari, Jungle Planet, messy affair. Very badly injured, sole survivor, told crazy stories about invisible killers. Lucky to get a medical discharge. Story is confused there. USCM does say Rykhoff broke his spine, suffered paralysis, but later when he pops up in mercenary circles, his back seems fine. As a merc, his record is great but violent. He's pretty free with looting too. Likes jobs where he won't be supervised and can walk away with a bonus. The last part is rumor though. Quit that job and come home. I mean it now. With love, your brother, Nate. Okay.
It's fine. You want to go the other side?
No.
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 Across.
Whoa, what are you doing here?
He's defending his home and his pizza bread from you. No, not that way. There you go.
Okay. No.
No, not that one.
Got more logs to read. Aaron's
well, this is where you find your thing anyway that you need. This is your steamy one.
Dearest Dunya, my buttercup, my little muffin, sweetest of sweets, I missed you last night on patrol. At night it is so hard to be without my angel. The thought of you arouses me. A shiver for you, yearn for you, my other half, my devil, my mistress, soon my wife. Remember me when I am away and think of what we'll have when I return. Love, Dimitri. Sorry, that was
so.
terrible
Any
Russian.
complaints about the accent? That's Adam Zeller.
We have security clearance. There we go.
And this log was a surprise to me as well that I'd forgot about.
November 28th, 2230. I tried to contact my brother at the Adobinus station last night. No luck. I'm not buying this bit about the weather scrambling all communications. Something's wrong with the POC. They're just not telling us yet.
So Oberdenis, or however you pronounce it, is the station in orbit of LV. If you go in the blocker room as well, there's bits in here. Was the station in orbit of LV-426.
Oh.
And that was another connection within the game to AVP Classic that I didn't realize was actually in the game.
Nice. January 1st, 2231, New Year's Day, hungover. Shouldn't have admitted I've got doubts to D. She's touchy. Come on, marriage is big, right? I should be scared. I'm making a big promise, I say. From her face, you'd think I'd said I wanted to have an affair or hire a hooker or something. Just nervous. I'll write her another note. She loves notes.
You should have done that in a Russian accent.
Oh. Well, I didn't realize it was from Dmitri until halfway through it. He's got the cold feet.
Now he's dead.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about it now.
Yeah.
Some more shells. That's nice.
That's because you could have got a flamethrower from the...
Yeah, this game doesn't have incendiary shells, does it?
No, no. You could have got a flamethrower from the guys who were shooting the facehuggers.
Ah. Oh. Gotcha.
So now you can go back across the bridge.
And these halls are like...
Oh my god, Adam.
A labyrinth! I think I go back this way.
Yes, this way. You go into the elevator in the overmorph area.
Interesting elevator.
And Mr. Alien's Predator's gone.
Oh, yeah, he is gone.
So I guess we've already broke out.
Data disk.
The package.
Implant Accident Investigation 542. Dr. Sharp presiding. On the morning of October 4th, Dr. Bethany Clemens failed to properly initialize the safeguard override system. As a result, a single Stage 1 xenomorph escaped into the general implantation area. Dr. Clemens reacted to the warning klaxon too slowly. She is currently in cold sleep. However, we cannot fully arrest the xenomorph life cycle. Her family has been notified.
So that's the woman who blew the oh, what's the phrase? I can't remember the phrase now. Blew the whistle on Rykov.
Ah, I see. So they framed her.
Now
too.
she has an alien. Her mate's dead.
Yeah, because I was going to say, they could stop the xenomorph life cycle if we're not going by Colonial Marines placenta thing, which I don't, you know. It can be removed, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm pretty sure you just want to go back the way you came, mate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that came before this game anyway. I think the cancer thing was in the tech manual, or it was on Anchor Point Essays, one of the two theorized it.
Damn, a whole bunch of them.
And this is why we,
Quick save.
That's why we make liberal use of the quick saves. I might be wanting that secret health box.
Yeah, good thinking. I might have to go back and check that.
At least the doors work fine for you. The doors are jammy on mine. Those particular ones.
Yeah,
you have to get back to the elevator, and I can't remember where it is from this point. So you're on your own here.
See, it is a maze. Maybe it's upstairs. I think it's upstairs.
Alright, looks like the elevators are back online.
Yeah,
Hurry!
it's there.
Come on. There we go. Okay.
You have to press the button.
Bulletproof glass. Oh no,
Can't
they're
get
gonna
me.
shoot me. They're gonna shoot me down, I think. Yep.
You're okay. You're okay. Don't worry. With your handy hacking tool.
It's very handy in this game.
Something's wrong. You gotta get out of there.
And the longest level continues.
Yep, I'm getting the long ones. McCain's log is complete through his departure from the pods and the commencement of Operation Savior. Their exact time of departure is unclear, but painfully evident that a difference of mere minutes would have meant the difference for the team. Find new gear. You're going to need it.
Medical teams, please report. Operation Savior is now in yellow status. All Marine personnel report to Major.
So Operation Savior is to save the stranded team.
Yes, the stranded in quotation marks.
Oh, so it's really just a setup to eliminate.
Yeah,
the
so
Marines.
that's what they were explaining at the start of this mission. They're gonna people that had died at the POC, they were gonna make them out to be lost expedition members. Have a look outside through the window.
We have a connecting.
One of many.
Pod to pod.
It's that block on your right there. There.
Ooh, secret door.
She told you to have a look for maintenance thingies.
Uh-oh.
It's fine, that's good.
Not good for them.
So, no, but we don't care about the bad guys. No, it's not at this point, mate. Look, drop ship.
Yeah.
There's our buddies. Where they going? To die. That's where they're going.
Not all of them. At least, well, don't.
Nice.
Maybe they all die?
No, they don't.
That's right.
You meet up with them later. Because they save you, I think. Nice.
Yeah, the gore in this game was very satisfying.
Yeah. Get him. You missed an ammo crate. It's probably got health in it. Yeah.
Now we go. Okay.
Yeah, but you're not triggering the dialogue and the.
Be careful. The wind's pretty strong out there.
Pretty sure this is the wrong way.
You sure?
Yeah. I think it's this way here. Yeah.
Try not to look down.
How terrifying would that be? Seriously, I'd be shitting bricks right now.
Down into a backup lift. You can get to the surface from there.
It's alright, you're nearly there. We're nearly at the end.
That's not a box. Gotcha. Am I missing anything around here?
No, I don't think so. I think it's all just a race to the end at this point.
Yeah, now I am. Box. Grenades.
Oh.
That was right here. Big service
Yeah.
lift.
So you got to be quick on this next bit so you make sure we see it. Because this is the bit with the Predator on the dropship.
Ah.
So you've not got all the tubing in your way. And look down. No, right. You don't have to go.
Oh, there
down
he goes.
Yeah, there we go.
That's awesome. That's our Predator.
So that was another thing I didn't remember that it connected to that well until I was replaying it through. Which is cool. This level genuinely is. All your stuff's down the bottom of the... no, I wouldn't do this. Go to the ladder. Just go down the ladder. It's all at the bottom. Might want a quick save now as well.
Ah! Die! Got him.
See, I'm pretty sure one of
slugs.
Pretty sure that this character model looks like Ivan.
Yeah.
Don't you think? But Ivan's actually coming up the elevator in an exosuit in a second.
Got my trusty pulse rifle back. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to. Thanks for reminding me. A little boss battle here.
And yeah, if you look in the objectives, it says it's Ivan. Well, I guess when the power
when it comes up,
exosuit comes up. But yeah, it looks like we just killed Ivan.
Just a reused model room.
Oh, did you get him?
Did I?
Yeah, you got him.
We got him.
Hey, Harrison, slow down. I've got a plan.
Who the hell are you? You're a girl?
I still can't get over that.
Hello there.
And then he...
What the hell is the Hive?
Oh,
Exactly
Harrison.
what it sounds like.
Smooth
Is
man.
that where my team's headed?
Looks that way. But why?
Just get me into the tunnels. I have to warn them.
The tunnels are sealed. There's no way in from here.
All right. Then get me back to the POC. White team is there. I bet 8 heavily armed Marines and a dropship can find a way inside.
I don't think we've met White Team yet, though, have we?
I don't think so.
Always being referenced. A bit of Ridge Ragsdale's AVP classic music there.
Okay. So why here? Seems like a funny place for an assemblyman's daughter to take a summer internship.
My brother... he died while he was stationed here. Accidental death, according to the
He
report.
found himself some
Eisenberg
corporate
signed it
garb.
himself.
I'm sorry.
My brother was a very
I think it was
meticulous
the armor
man.
we got
He
at the
didn't
very
make
end.
mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Maybe so. But he was murdered. I have proof.
Is that what I'm carrying?
Among other things. Kenji's research centered on genetic modification. Human genetics. They used convicts mainly. Pretty sick stuff. It's this place. It brings out the worst in you. I should have stopped him from ever coming here.
Sometimes you just can't hold on tight enough.
You okay?
Huh? Oh, just remembering something.
I don't know what that's in reference to.
Yeah, I was just thinking so.
My favourite kind of level, a hived up one.
Yeah, but this is hived up on the exterior of the hive too.
Mm-hmm. Which is something that in the original treatment for Aliens that Cameron wrote, he had the atmosphere processor as being hived up on the outside, you know, between like all the arms and stuff, and it sounded pretty awesome. Obviously we never got to see that, but yeah, that's another reason I love like these levels with all the hived up gunk.
Honestly, I think it's more eerie when the building still looks normal.
Nah, there's just something about the resin that I think just makes it unsettling. Okay, Harrison, I've got you as close as I can. The POC is locked up tight as a drum. Assuming your white team's still here, you've got two choices. Stand in the courtyard and shout until they hear you, or head down into the outflow system. That should get you past the primary security net and into the southern landing. Or get you killed. Of course, I can say the same for staying here. Let's quickly go through all these. Because that gets
quite an arsenal.
Gets me killed so many times, that does.
The rocket launcher.
The reload in between.
He's seen better days.
Poor guy. Some good acid burn there. So there's not terribly much to show around here. I think it's the same assets as the alien mission when you come out having finally grown to a human, an adult. I think it's the exact same.
Yeah, you're right. It does look familiar. Just the courtyard here.
There's not much else to show, I'm afraid. I don't think there's anything interesting knocking around.
They're gonna pop out at you soon. I think they just come up here.
They're from that
You get
hole
too
there.
close to them.
Yeah.
Yep, here they come.
There's a lot of hived upness in this one. I quite like this
A lot of
level.
aliens in this one too. Naturally.
So one of the things that we mentioned in the last mission was about the that alien that we saw being experimented on. So, oh balls!
Going through the vents. Scientists talk about. Ooh, he's in a bad spot.
Oh, that was yeah. Hopefully there's some health nearby. So apparently that was, some people believe that alien being experimented on was a Xenoborg.
I didn't see any indication of that. But,
Well, some people think it looks metallic, like metal plates have been put in its head and stuff. I'm not sure I buy it myself, but
I'm kind of curious about what Tomiko was just talking about with the human genetic experimentation. Didn't really go into that too much.
Well, I think it's sort of alluded that one of the other characters that's mentioned throughout the game is her brother. I can't remember his name. It's something beginning with an M. Who they sound sort of the same. He does genetic experiments on convicts and stuff like that, but it never really goes into too much detail, I don't believe. But these kind of things never really go into, you know, they never really go full in on the details.
Maybe it's better that way.
It's like with Rogue, where, you know, the big thing about Rogue is that it's the king, and the other things. I guess I'm not gonna be able to see it there. Oh, you cheeky. He got me. Yeah, he got me. Yeah. It was not seeing it.
Crawling under the water. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's the adult. Well, so, you know, the big thing about Rogue is the king, but it also talks about things like selective breeding with the aliens, and it never really goes into any sort of massive detail about that, which I always find disappointing.
Yeah, it's a balance. You can't be too mysterious about things. You know, like like JJ does, where it's just mystery with no explanations for anything. But I do think there is a healthy degree of like keeping some things, like secondary things that you find that they're just kind of world building. It doesn't have to go into too much.
That's a fair point, and I understand that. It's just sometimes, you know, even if it's not massively integral to the plot, the world building aspect of it is, it can enrich the entire experience, you know?
Yeah. And both this game did that pretty well, I think, especially this one.
Oh, I love this one. Sorry, I have to do each one as I go by them because they can burst behind you when you're backtracking, and while you're dealing with aliens.
Aaron likes to be thorough.
You can have a.
I really wish Night Dive Studios would do like a re-release of the Jaguar. Maybe
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
A way to put it on PC. That would be awesome.
Though to be fair, there's some relatively stable ROMs of that now.
Yeah, I've played it on a couple emulators. It does an okay job, but from what I've heard, just the way the Jaguar architecture was really hard to emulate. But if you were to actually do a full version, of course, obviously make it run much better, add a couple modern quality of life features. Because the Jaguar controller stuff, they'd have to find a way to remap that a bit.
Here we go, somebody's hatching.
Oh.
I missed her. Some of the musical transitions could be smoother. I know you can't really hear it on the stream right now, but you know that sudden sort of jarringness that kicks in, where it's like, "Yep, you're gonna find some aliens now,"
right? No,
and oh, yep, we're done with aliens now. So don't get me wrong, I always love hearing Rich Ragsdale's music. I think the egg models look pretty decent. We haven't really had a chance to really look at them, have we? So we ain't risking no This bit kicked my ass a bit when I was doing the live streams.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I was proper struggling with it, but yeah, it was.
parts just throw a lot of aliens in here.
This bit reminds me of some of the Adley's Hope missions in Classic. Just you know, the labyrinthine sort of tunnels.
I will say I did like how AVP Classic had more space locations.
Yeah, like
you did have
the ship.
You did have you did have the planetary missions, but you also were aboard the ship. You had a space station. I think there were multiple space stations.
Hang on a second. So, halfway there, listen, Harrison, something's up at the southern landing. White team just went dead. The Verloc called asking our people if we'd taken down the communication link. We haven't, but they're still not answering. I'd hurry it if I were you. So, yeah, I mean, you had Gateway, you had, no idea how to pronounce it, Odeborus. Oh.
Is that the one that's orbiting LV-426?
Yeah. You, of course, had the ship. Tarago, I think it was, which was the Sulaco style one. You had the Nostromo style one in the Alien campaign.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for that with AVP 2010 as well, because you got teased it at the end with the Alien campaign where you see them aboard the ship. It's a shame they didn't do that.
It'd be nice to see more of those kind of locations in the Cold Iron one. I mean, personally, one of the things
we got that with Colonial Marines.
True.
Maybe a few ships to explore.
I do tend to block out Colonial Marines, to be fair.
But you were saying you hope to see it in Cold Iron's game?
Yes, yeah, I do. And one of the things I'd really love to see in sort of, you know, the current generation of gaming that we're in now is stuff where, you know, maps like that where it would have consequences because of destructible scenery, you know, like what we see with the Frostbite engine.
Are you talking about like
acid damage? Yeah.
Acid damage.
Anyway, log, one of the very few on this mission. Schaefer is all hands and no brains. I don't know why I followed him here. Of course, no one mentioned the one-way transfer policy. I've got a better chance of meeting Prince Charming inside the hive than I do getting paperwork signed to get me back, get me out of here. So Schaefer, a bit of Predator shout out there. Although, you know, I wonder if it's Dutch's brother from 3 different generations ago.
Oh, maybe it's like that.
Or the Robo Dutch.
The Capcom, yeah, the Capcom arcade. It's just somehow in the future. They froze him. It's like Austin Powers. Dutch.
Ah! Oh god. That cracked me up. Oh no. No! No! Bloody rockets. I hate the rocket launcher in this game. And so that was what was blocking our way. There was loads of boxes, and what we did is just turn on the crane. Say again?
I said a little puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
level design puzzling. Another one of the things I probably mentioned before, but you know, I love that.
The crowds, yeah.
Yeah. 2010 did 1 and 2010 did that as well. It's one of those things I just expect to see now, and I'm always glad when I do.
Bunch of runners through.
Normally I have more smart gun ammo left at this point.
You just gotta throw in that cheat. MPS chuck it.
I ain't no cheat. Alright, so this I believe is our last log. Dear Rick, my friend Wayland Yutani saw your name come through the auditor list. I wanted to tell her, yeah, Rick's okay. Except you're not. The creditors are still calling, so don't say you're looking to clean up. If I never see your sorry ass again, it's too soon. Now, I know it's probably not intended to be, but the auditor mention there makes me think of course it's not intended to be, it wouldn't have been out by them, but the auditor mention there makes me think of Dorian Sudley from from the Cold Forge, because that was his position. Which it can never be said how awesome that book is. Never be said enough how awesome that book is.
And I guess the next one is not a direct sequel.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
Into
Probably one of the things
Charybdis.
that like mentions the events of Good Forge.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Hopefully there's more than just a couple books next year, but I think we only have a couple on the slate right now. Right?
Yeah, we only know of Into Charybdis and Infiltrator.
Please just give us a good video game tie-in for once.
We'll see. What's the guy's name? I can't remember the author's name. Oka Weston, I think maybe. He's done 2 previous novels. One was not novels, short stories. One was for If It Bleeds, which I remember enjoying, and the other one was for Bug Hunt, which I remember not enjoying. I think he did the Hero to Zero one in the Bug Hunt.
I'm just wondering when we'll see something from Cold Iron's game.
You would have thought.
Yeah, I was hoping for the Game Awards.
Yeah, so you can catch. Oh, flip's sake! Why does this game hate me so much?
It's a jump shotter.
That's how you have to play AVP2.
Uh-oh.
Backpedal and escape.
Creep down there, yeah.
Team 1 reporting. The transmitter is positioned.
They look like the tunnels
I have
from
a
the
signal, sir. Very strong
last Predator
and very
mission.
close. All right, let's move.
I'm in the dark. Oh. And an elevator shaft. I assume through that vent is where we hopped out. Because yeah, you backed away into a vent.
Yeah.
We have a transmission. Wayland Yutani debriefing the incident, Appendix A, summary. Tracking the Marine expedition becomes increasingly difficult with the commencement of Operation Savior, particularly in regards to White Team. From reliable records, it's clear that shortly after the Verloc's second dropship departed for the forward pods, White Team broke off contact with the Verloc. From this period onwards, we are left only with uncorroborated testimony of a single low-ranking Marine. Given the events he describes, we find it hard to accept his depiction as fact. Simply put, we need not introduce a third species to explain the destruction of the southern landing.
Nobody ever wants to believe in the Predators.
predators don't want people to believe in them either until it's too late. I always like this mission a lot. I think this is a shorter one, but I love this opening where you go up this spooky elevator shaft.
And aliens jump down all over you.
Oh shit. Thanks for reminding me.
Remember, quick save often.
It's F6?
Yes.
Oh shit. And I gotta get off this thing because it's gonna fall and I'm gonna fall and die.
It does not fall for a little while, don't worry.
Oh. I was killed. Oh no.
So you'll start getting attacked, I think.
Oof.
Oh, already down to
Oh.
It feels like smoother.
Oh. That was awesome.
I think if you stay there permanent, or you keep trying to stay there, they just keep coming down at you. Which is, you know, unhelpful. Damn predators. Damn aliens. Just want to enjoy exploring the world.
I know, they're all out to get me. Is that where he was shooting at me?
Oh my life.
Quick load.
Things are going well for Adam. How much of this remains in the edit?
Let's get out of here. I guess the predator just gets triggered as soon as you hop off then. Fuck! Ah! Alien got me on that one.
I struggled with this one a fair bit myself on the live stream. Like, remember when we used to know this stuff like the back of our hand?
Hey, it's still pretty. The muscle memory is still there to an extent. We played this game an unhealthy amount.
Oh, there's no such thing as an unhealthy amount.
Let's get out of here.
I have the feeling you need to learn to quick save often.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it up here this time.
No, just often.
Okay.
So maybe that is where the predator was shooting
I think
from.
that is where the predator was shooting at me from. I'm not gonna get too close this time, though.
I think you see him on the roofs around here somewhere.
Well, he's shooting at me.
He's gone.
What did I see over here? What's that down there? Just background
It's
facility
probably
stuff.
Maybe that's the rest of the POC. I don't know if it's ever really established just how big the POC is.
Yeah, it seems a little less defined than the pods. This is a cool bit though, this facility up on the cliffs here. I love how like dark and gloomy this game is with the storms.
There's some really good skyboxes, and then even in the multiplayer levels.
Oh, I got him.
Not enough.
Not enough.
You've got to get out of there before that thing finds you. The landing bay isn't far. Should be just up ahead.
Everybody's always so worried about the predators.
What's this way?
Up the stairs on the right.
Oh. Oh, what was this way?
I think that's the way you do actually need to go. I think there's some logs in here.
This way?
No, in the room where you were.
I want to see what happened over here.
No, that's the way you've got to go to progress the mission.
Oh. Okay. I'm confused. No.
We're going to be going that way anyway.
So go in here.
In
Get some
here.
goodies, okay.
Yeah, and some logs, I think.
Oh, I hear some clicking. I think he's above the ceiling grates, looking at me like a creep.
Do they need the hacking tool? Perhaps.
No, I didn't see that little... Oh, you're right. Yeah, it is there. January 5th, 2231. Synthetic Maintenance Office, Forward Pods. Monthly status report. I'm seeing continued deterioration in our A5 units, far in excess of their expected stability. 1A5 pushed a human down the stairs yesterday. The unit claimed that it sensed a stage 1 xenomorph, but I could find no evidence. I can only speculate that the intense ionic activity here has created instability in its patterning, unless, of course, it just wanted to push him, God forbid.
I guess the A's in general are just a bit twitchy.
Some grenades. That's nice. See if we got a log over here. Report log. Date January 6, 2231. Sentry guns 5 and 6 failed again. If it weren't in the middle of an alien infestation, I'd say someone snuck in here and took the guns down, but that's nuts. We're lucky we found the problem guns before the bugs did. Sergeant Porter.
Wonder if that's supposed to be the Predators.
Yeah. October 8th, 2230. Human resource briefing. Mechanical, biomechanical, and cloned. Please distribute. The court prohibitions stemming from Rosenblatt versus Tython apply solely to colonial authority space. While the XOF operates as a licensed venture, the laws apply only within designated colonization zones. For these reasons, please limit Type 4 experimentation to the forward pods.
I think you've got some drawers there.
Sidestepping the laws. As companies do.
It's only the corporate sensibility to do.
Ooh, I got my pulse rifle back.
Finally.
Got more lockers here.
Everybody loves a locker.
Nothing?
Oh. Oh, let me down.
I quick saved, Darren. Aren't you proud of me?
I'm very proud of you. Just in general, but especially for the quick save.
Oh, well, that's good. I love how creepy this looks with the lighting and the blood on the grates. This game just has such good atmosphere. I love it. Monolith, get back to horror. Give us another AVP.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Skinned bodies.
Looks like the console's fried too.
Think.
You're gonna have to get to landing bay 3.
Bay 2 system damage. Go to Bay 3. Contact Verlac for evac.
Do we see some predator? What can we see outside?
Yeah, we do see one at this point, I think.
Oh no, it might be the later. It might be in the next one actually.
Oh, I hear him. He's shooting.
Oh, he's closed the thing. Maybe he was outside.
Can I open it back up? Oh yeah.
Now we'll never know. Oh,
Dead
yeah, there
body.
was.
He destroyed him.
There's a log on the floor as well.
USCM encoded transmission received January 6, 2231. Potential medevac. Message confirmed from Dr. Eisenberg. Operation Savior has commenced. Ubak and Dropship 1 relocating to the forward pods in preparation for possible casualties. Ooh. Some shit going down. Stuff going down. Sorry.
Ooh. Watch him! Watch him!
Yeah, I'm watching. Motherfucker!
Now hide!
Mother effer!
Oh, Tim.
Got loading lift here. What we got this way? Some ammunition.
Very resurrection-y doors.
Oh yeah, they are kind of resurrection-y.
think they must use those on the resurrection level. As
Yeah. That
you
was
know,
a
just
really cool multiplayer map. One of my favorites in this game.
with the Betty docked.
Locked.
I'm sure somebody did. Sure somebody did a custom level with the with the Auriga with the hived up underwater bit.
That would be cool.
And I'm sure somebody did it. It must have been one of the big map packs.
He's creeping. There he is.
Oh, this might be where you actually fight him. Yeah, I think this is where you actually fight him.
He would stand no chance if I had my sniper rifle.
Somebody's fighting. Oh no, it's just the lights.
Yeah, they're flickering. I think he comes in right about here.
Or not? I could have sworn you fought him. Yeah. That's it, I could have sworn you fought him.
Yeah, why don't you shoot those metal grates instead?
I think that's always a challenge.
Oh, shit. I quick
Language. Language.
Shoot. I am dead.
You're the one that normally has to bring this up. You're not going to fight him. You've been a coward.
Yeah, just get me out of here.
I'm sure he just jumped down. Yeah, look at him just stood there. It's not locking onto him.
Yeah.
Oh, did you right click it? Did you turn off the lock?
I might have.
See, I'm fairly sure when I played the live stream, I had him jump down here and was attacking me around here.
Maybe if you wait around, he does. Because now the intense music just started, so I'm sure he's creeping up there somewhere. Why don't I just rocket you, Predator?
We use Old Faithful. Oh. Oh, that's such a cheat.
Fuck!
And it didn't even work anyway.
No.
You sure you're good at this game?
I was good at this game sometime in my life.
See, that's why you have to practice, so you know when you do it before you play the missions. He says having had a pretty awful last mission that went a lot less smoother than his practice run did.
Come on. This is kind of protecting me, this area here. Oh, I got him.
I got you. Yep. change weapon.
Doesn't he try and activate self-destruct if you don't blow him up?
I don't know.
I want to do it. I want to see him. Or maybe I'm thinking AVP1 where he does that.
I think you have to get them before they activate self-destruct on AVP1. I think.
Well, he does do it in this game as when you play as the alien and you fight him.
Yeah, but that's scripted.
Yeah. So maybe he doesn't.
Still cheesing him anyway with the grenades. Ah, RidgeTop, RidgeTop, RidgeTop.
That'll be a fun edit.
I might just leave it as.
Just so people can see how many times I die.
No, why would I ever do it? Yes, of course.
So is the pulse rifle in this game supposed to be the M41A, or is it like a newer version like in Colonial Marines?
I'm fairly sure it's this one, it's the M41A.
Oh, he got a good hit on me there.
I think they only... I know 2010 made theirs a different variant. And of course Cloning Marine's dead.
Got him. Nope, it doesn't activate self-destruct. That's what you get!
Look at the face.
That's an ugly face.
One ugly.
There we go. That took care of him.
Save. It's the beacon. They lured them.
I set those charges, right? I don't like this one bit.
It wasn't an accident, man. Rykov's leaving us to die.
You picked a hell of a
knows.
time to be right about something.
He knows.
That's a trap. Rykov just hates the Marines for some reason.
Right, I will read the thingy in a minute. I just want to kill everybody. Okay, let's try that again. I want to see how long I can keep these guys alive. Because I'm fairly sure it's an infinite wave of aliens until they die.
The story requires that white team be killed, huh?
Well, there's lots more. There's lots more NPCs to die.
Only one left.
One left? No, but we've still got the music.
I meant one Marine left.
Yeah, I know. I meant we still got the music, so... Yep. I don't think we can save them. These particular ones, anyway.
No. Yeah, it's kind of like that moment in the nightclub with AVP 2010 where you want to save those Marines, and you can for a little bit, but eventually she just stays behind as you leave.
Yeah, I think that's... There is some in this level that you can save. I just don't think those are the ones. Anyway, let's have a read. So, Weyland-Yutani debriefing the incident, Appendix 1, Scientific Journals. The Praetorian is the warrior of the hive, tough, massive and ferocious. However, she is born quite humbly. Under the right pheromone conditions, runners and drones undergo a molting process extending over several years. During this time, the xenomorph's skin thickens and hardens. As the Praetorian enters mid-phase, it emits its own behavioural pheromone, which in turn enrages the hive. Most Praetorians die during this phase. One strong enough to escape will wander the surrounding environs until her shell completes its hardening. Then, with a skin capable of reflecting small arms fire and a temper to match, she will return to assert her presence to the hive. Okay, so we're trying to get to Bay 3 to contact the Verloc for evac. And I don't know, I guess these guys are meant to be a white team because we come across a lot of Marines in this level. There's not... I don't think there's any logs in this one as well. So there's two more here. Oh, for flip's sake.
Yeah, friendly fire. At least you need a quick save.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Oh man.
I'm just gonna let him die.
The smart gun would be a little more smart.
Sorry guys, I've got a mission to progress through. I actually kind of prefer that olive camo. Oh yeah, I think I prefer that pattern. Nothing massively interesting here. So, I think these upcoming ones are the only ones we can save. And he didn't save a single one there. I kept at least one alive in my own playthroughs. There's not much side exploring to the games at this point. It is very much get through it. And these become a drop down for you later. This isn't a mission that really stuck out in my memory. I don't know about you.
No, it just kind of seemed like a bridge from the last one to the next one. I mean, I guess I'll find out. It's been a while since I played through the campaign. But yeah, I remember this one is just kind of a lot of running around. Not much in way of story.
Where is she? I thought she was up there. Oh, there she is.
The Praetorian?
Yeah. I guess that's the one that was supposed to be chasing us. Alright, what we've got to do now, find a minigun to kill the Praetorians. It's not even necessary.
You do get a minigun though.
You do, but it's not necessary. They're not really that strong.
I gotta say, AVP 2010 had the best Praetorian fight.
It was a lot more intense and it seemed significantly stronger. Yep. Certainly not happy.
Harrison, the signal's fluctuating. Find the comm center and get it online. I'm contacting the Verloc now.
Look at that, that was... the thing... the elevator broke, that's why you can't... yeah.
The minigun forces you to move slower than this in multiplayer, right?
Yeah. It's significantly slower. No, it's not that way. Oh no, it's not this way. There we go, okay. There's really not a lot to this level. Like, this is barely going to be a 5-10 minute thing. Although, to be fair, the addition of the AI earlier on was nice, but not being able to do much with it is quite disappointing.
It seems like with the AVP games, especially in the Marine side of things, you've always kind of been a lone warrior, which I guess is what we were hoping for with Colonial Marines, that it would be different. You would actually have a squad that you would be with most of the time, and you did, it just wasn't done the best
Very
way.
well, yeah, quite true.
So it would be nice in a future AVP title if you have these moments of isolation where you're going through the levels on your own and it's more spooky, and then other times where you're with a squad and your actions can determine whether they actually do live or die, and maybe it actually impacts the story.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing would be really nice to see. So, basically, these guys all seem stuck down here at this point. That's it, I'm done. I can go and get on here. But every time I move away... Oh, look, there he is.
Oh, he's in the floor. Oh, there's multiple ones in the floor. Just get on that drop ship.
I can still hear them. It's hilarious.
Get away from those floor-swimming aliens.
But yeah, that's it for that mission.
And now I get to play the best mission in this campaign.
Too right.
Right after
You always
the worst
get the good
mission.
missions.
Tomiko,
You got to finish the last campaign, didn't you?
I've done a little research.
The Predator one?
I'll feed you the
no,
coordinates
Predator was
to
the
a
first one
viable
we did.
entry site. It's your
No,
best
Alien
bet
was
for
the
finding
first.
your team.
Mother says the schematics show an
See, that's how long
emergency
it's
landing
taken us
bay
to
near
do
the
this
pods.
Let's Play.
Can you get there?
I'm still uploading. Get your team.
We're busy
then get
people.
me.
Coming back for you, Tomiko.
You know how long it
You
takes me to
better.
edit and research all the podcasts? And then the articles. A long time.
You are committed to
Yeah. Down the
solid
main lift, across
presentation,
the canyon
which
floor,
is
through a gate, and up
very
an
admirable.
elevator to the auxiliary landing bay. I can
That's
get
why
there
I'm
in
the one
10
who
minutes.
replays all
10
the
minutes?
missions. I'm going to always give you stick about this. Goddamn, this is the best mission in the entire game.
I'll be circling above and come back for you when you make it topside.
The exosuit is a mobile weapons platform ideal for urban warfare and house-to-house combat. The exosuit carries a laser and flamethrower in its left arm, and in its right carries a rocket launcher and minigun. You can select its arms using the next weapon and previous weapon. Okay, so... Okay, you can go away now. There we go. So,
It's still on.
I know you haven't played...
Don't forget to read the
Those are
thingy.
not eggs, are they?
No.
Weyland Yutani debriefing the incident. Appendix H. Comm logs. Listen, Harrison, I'm sending you down the old synthetic access system. It dates from the first studies, before the Hive learned to tear the synths to pieces. I'm pretty sure Eisenberg sent his synths down through one of these throwaways, so the equipment ought to work. If your team is heading up, they'll be coming this way. If they're headed down, just hope they're headed up. Once you find them, head up to the surface and I'll coordinate the dropship evac. Good luck.
And it was nice to hear Johnson back as well for that little bit, because she's
Yeah.
been absent. With that fantastic Scottish accent. Or is it supposed to be Irish? I think it's Scottish. Anyway, sorry, I keep interrupting you.
What I
haven't played.
What I was gonna say, you haven't played the Fear games, which Monolith did, Fear 1 and 2. But in Fear 2, they had a power mech just like this, although it was even cooler. And Fear 3, while the game wasn't nearly as good as Fear 1 and 2, also had a really cool exosuit. And you did get to like walk through houses and just totally dominate enemies with it, and it was awesome.
Drop to the ground back there.
Oh yeah, we have a power loader down here.
And I know it said synths, but there's a lot of like dead human red blood bodies around on this level.
Yeah, interesting.
I thought they were supposed to be the convicts.
I do love how this game made like a warfare version of the power loader. That was a really good contribution. And I guess we saw it in the comics with
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you think it missed a treat by not doing the max suits?
No, because I always thought the concept of that being psychologically damaging to the user was a little silly, so I just prefer a straight up fucking battle mech like this.
I love that.
Leave those bodies alone, you bugs.
So, have a quick look at the top of the hallways actually. So like very Hive asset reuse. That was one of the things I always used to wonder about with the derelict ship, you know, in the original. I know obviously Aliens came after the first and the whole Hive resin thing was more from the second than the first, even though you had the cocoon sequence. But it always used to make me wonder, you know, between the more direct relationship between the derelict's aesthetic and, you know, how the Hives looked.
Yeah, you always kind of got the sense that there was something connected there because the, I mean, pre-Prometheus, the pilot structures were very biomechanical and organic looking, but they were still a lot more structured than the Aliens' Hives, even in the cutscene from the first Alien film, where you got to see a little bit of Alien Hive. It was still a little bit jumbled, but you did see similar aesthetics. I guess more with just the xenomorph's body, as well as the interior of the derelict. Which, that's why I love this level so much, is we get to see that kind of aesthetic again that we saw in the first Alien film, and we get to see it in a completely new environment, which, I mean, in Colonial Marines, we had always hoped that we would get to explore more of the derelict that we didn't see in the film, and we really didn't. And
I mean, as far as that game goes, I will give it that because I did like the derelict sequence.
I did
in
too.
That.
I did too, but we just really got to see a couple other hallways, and that was it. I would have liked to see, like, even Isolation, we at least got to see the signal room, and that was cool. But even in Isolation, I wanted to see more of the derelict, and that game got the look really right in Isolation. But I do love this level because I feel like before the prequels, it gave us that's combat sim.
Combat sim, yeah.
It gave us more of a look at the pilots than we'd really ever had before at this point.
It's just a shame this little, if you go into night vision mode, when you look down there.
Oh, it's like
hived up a bit, yeah. So that I mean, that's the whole point of this little objective here is unblocking hive gunk from the pilot technology, as they're called in this. Pilots.
That's what I used to call them, was the pilot race. Yeah, I always really liked that name for them.
Did you pick it up from this?
Yep.
It's funny how much of our sort of like fan lexicon comes from the games.
Well, that's what started our site, was this game.
I know. I just mean in general. It's like we were talking earlier with the overmorph thing, and how I hadn't realised it had shown up in this game first before being in Cloning Marines. And that's now pretty much in most of the official licensed media.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of the Colonial Marines weaponry since that game, and that was one of the stronger points of that game, honestly, was what it did with the weaponry.
Agree there.
This room is so cool.
Oh, yeah. I love this little sequence as well, same in the other one. And you should be able to see the bottom of this little bit as well. But then again, you might be being attacked by... So nothing mega interesting, but...
You know, it kind of reminds me of the reactor in... No, the reactor in Isolation, where it was like you had the lightning strikes. I mean, it was less constant than that. It was just you'd have these occasional lightning strikes. God, that game is so cool.
Easily one of the best things in the entire series.
Well, we need to do a Let's Play of that game.
I've already done one. Oh, a live play.
Yeah. Well, one with both of us, where we
I
switch,
know.
like...
I always like using the exosuit in multiplayer as well.
Oh, yeah. And you had those exosuit queen fights.
Yeah, with the life cycle on and the molting on. Although I always used to hate playing with life cycle on because I used to have to hate looking out for the face huggers.
Aliens are a disadvantage, I think, with life cycle. I mean, it is a fun mode just to play, and I do wish they'd bring it back in a future game.
At least in the single player, in the narrative.
Well, we kind of had it in that mobile game, AVP Evolution.
True.
You got to start as a facehugger.
Which I think was a lot better than a lot of people. That didn't get much of a shout.
Yeah, I really like that game, and it's a shame that it's not really getting... I think Angry Mob Studios folded because...
You can't buy the game anymore.
Yeah, Predators isn't even compatible with my device, and AVP Evolution is certainly
mine
not
isn't. Yeah.
updated to make full use of the newer phones.
The mobile games I think, got more stick than they deserve because Evolution was good and Blackout.
Blackout was
I really
great.
enjoyed Blackout.
Yeah. Blackout was a total surprise. I mean, I had never hated it from the beginning like people did. I mean, I was as disappointed as anybody that we weren't. It wasn't announced that we were getting a full-fledged Isolation sequel that some people were thinking we would. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna go into this with an open mind. Like they already kind of sold me off the. They already kind of sold me off the bat how they were saying, you know, this is a fully paid experience. Like we're not gonna have microtransactions, and that's so pervasive, especially in mobile gaming. I mean, less so now in big AAA gaming.
No, not that way.
Oh, I came that way.
I made that mistake when I was practicing.
In mobile gaming, it's just gross, like some of the microtransactions. And so for them to come out right off the bat as a selling point saying, hey, you're paying for this game and you get the whole game. that was like, okay, I'm on board with that, because that's one of the things I really missed from when I first got an iPad and an iPhone, is those early games were like that. They were just games that you buy. They weren't give us your money machines disguised as video games, as a lot of them are now. Although Pokemon Go is good, although that is very much a give us your money game as well.
All those kind of ARGs tend to be now, don't they?
You
Like
do find
the Harry Potter one's supposed to be ridiculous for it.
Yeah, you do find some that can strike a balance. Like I was into that Jurassic World Alive one, which is pretty much the Jurassic World version of Pokemon Go. And I thought that was fun. But
I think you have to go through here, otherwise it's just an endless. And it's such a shame that it was so short, because that's pretty much the extent of the pilot, engineer, space jockey section.
Well, you get to see a little bit more.
Well, it's not massive. Have a look at it, because I don't think we've really had a look at the suit.
Alice.
Frosty, watch out. Something big is coming your way. Good to see you, Frosty. We're in a bit of a tight spot.
Well, what was the briefing? Because I'm pretty sure we have one on the Praetorium we haven't seen yet.
I love what Major McCain just said there. He's like, "Good to see you, Frosty. We're in a bit of a tight spot." Weyland-Yutani debriefing the incident. Appendix V, scientific briefing. Once the xenomorph population reaches a critical environmental mass, we judged somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 base living units. The hive pheromones change. What we call spreading begins, as the young queens search out new territories. This is the normal state of affairs. Of course, should the Empress die or even abdicate, if such a thing were possible, one of the young queens would have to replace her. One can only imagine the fury and storm generated by such an instinctive and violent urge. Locate your team. So, yeah, this was the first game to introduce the Empress concept, but the comics introduced that before, right?
Yeah, you have the Queen Mother in the comics, who's pretty much only in 3 and 4. So Earth War, Female War, and Genocide. This is one of the hive chambers I think we've already seen in the Predator campaign. You might want to save here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you can watch from there without.
Where are my guns at?
Minigun's over there. I think the smart gun is by the exit. I ate those rocket launchers.
For that reason, right?
Yeah, splash damage is horrible.
Yeah, it's hard because the aliens are always right up in your face, and so...
Another reason I don't... Oh, you can see the next queen waiting in that bit there.
Oh, there's a second queen?
Yeah, that chases you. Just stay here and see what you can say. I mean, to be fair, he's taking a reasonable amount of punishing there.
Yeah. Jeez. Maybe it just doesn't trigger his death until I come down, so the queen doesn't immediately go for me. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Spoke too soon. Well, you can't kill her yet anyway, the red bars come up. So, if you look straight ahead of you... Oh, no, where's she?
I can get her to run away.
Yeah. So, you know the other side there, straight ahead?
Yeah.
You should be able to get smart gun from all that hive gunk on your...
I just got one, I think there's another one on the floor.
Okay.
Where am I getting hit by? Are they under the floor? Jeez.
The boss battles really aren't that exciting in this, are they?
They were better in AVP 2010, I think. That game handled boss fights pretty well. Ah! Come on.
You're gonna do what you're gonna do yourself. You got 6 health left, mate. I mean, it might be worth going to the hive gunk just for the extra ammo.
And there she is.
Looking all glorious. Although it does kind of make you wonder what's the... Why is there a space jockey here? I thought this was a facility, not a ship. Unless perhaps you've
I
Well,
mean,
no, because
the
it's
space
obvious.
jockeys
It's
might
just a tribute.
Yeah,
really,
but I mean, the
end of
space
day.
jockeys might use those telescopes for more than just piloting ships. They might use them for long-range communication or something.
I suppose that was the beauty before Prometheus. Don't get me wrong, I like that I got answers in Prometheus, even if I don't necessarily like those answers.
We got no answers in Prometheus. We just got a ton of questions. Come on now.
We got some. We saw what the telescope thing was used for.
We got the answers that I didn't want. The space jockeys that were always so cool and mysterious were just a bunch of weird bald albino dudes that want to kill us for no reason who created us. See, I'm being attacked by invisible enemies here, dude. I think they're under the floor or something.
You're still there. But you don't really have a chance to stand and look at it. But anyway, one of the things I was going to say was, there was all sorts of things it could have been, which would have made it easier to. You might want to backpedal up here, yeah. Made it easier for that to work. Obviously, it's just nothing more than a tribute because it happened in Alien. Look at this! I love this. I just love any excuse to see the space jockey interpretations. You know, even in Trilogy, the bits in the boat.
You don't prefer them as just a big stone Vatican?
What?
In Covenant?
Yeah, by the way.
So finally get to use the sniper rifle. This whole campaign I haven't gotten to use it. This is the best marine weapon in the game.
If you keep an eye out above there she is, there's your second queen. She's gonna get rocketed.
I got her. See, I always thought that was just the queen you downed before, but she wasn't quite dead.
If you backpedal up to the you'll have to kill her.
Might as well. We
So have
can't
a quick
leave
look at the environment,
without saying
actually.
goodnight. We have these big tubes. And...
That's cool.
Yeah,
That could be it. No, I don't prefer the stone bag. Don't get me wrong. I do like Covenant, and I like it a lot more than you do. But the whole stony vibe of the prequels, I don't enjoy.
All I gotta say is pre-Prometheus pilot race for life, dog. That's where I'm at.
Make for the labs. Get me a connection to Tommy.
Depends on your interpretation, I guess, as to which one we're following.
You mean who created them?
No, I mean as in the Malakak from Original Sin, the ones from the original comics, the ones from Destroying Angels.
I'm on my way.
Destroying Angels for me.
Don't give up, Tomiko. You hear me?
They're not going to save this place. I won't let them.
Whatever you're doing, stop. Get to
So I
the
wonder if those were the three running up the.
Andrew.
Yeah, they must have been. They were the group running up in front of you.
Tomiko. Tomiko.
I'm reading power spikes off the scale. Hold on, everyone.
So she really did not like that facility or Eisenberg.
It's a cool shot.
Very reminiscent of Aliens.
Even
Again,
though, isn't
probably
that
intentional.
just Mars?
I don't know.
Because that looks like Mars.
Might be.
USCM emergency dispatch. McCain reporting LV-1201 abandoned. Casualties extreme. One dropship still missing. Evacuation failed. Recommend scrubbing for the evac.
If you guys want to read that,
just
go
pause the
back
video.
and pause. Yeah. So we are actually just going to let the credits play through because there's some interesting stuff in this and talk through those as well. So remote transmission acquired. Boosting for outgoing dispatch. Routing now. The mule has been acquired. Package is en route. ETA unknown. Mission complete. Extraction required. Priority status. So you kind of have to assume that the package is... Well, actually, I suppose it depends what McCain and that were also doing. Because the implication would be that the package was what Harrison had got from Tomiko. You know, all the stuff that she was taking to her dad. Which then kind of makes you wonder if it's perhaps a bit of corporate intrigue and espionage going on there.
Or it could be Dunya, right? Didn't she also have something she was trying to get somewhere?
That was the biological weapon against the predators.
Right.
Which they kind of allude to. I don't know, maybe. I don't know, it's a shame that we can't ask any.
Thanks to all the filmmakers and storytellers who created and contributed to the legend. That's a cool line. And I love all these flyby shots of the Stoga class Verloc here.
And we're going to see a familiar name shortly as well. Mr. Nathan Cheever right there. Who, as I'm sure we've mentioned throughout this Let's Play, we've had on the podcast for our 100th episode. I'll have to message him and ask him if he remembers anything about the package. It does look good, doesn't it?
This was just such an awesome game, man, and I really hope it does see a re-release. I'm super grateful to the people who have kept this alive and accessible with mods and made it so the multiplayer can still be played. At the same time, you do have to jump through some hoops to get going, and there are, I feel like, a new generation of players that could really, really appreciate this game. If they were to do something like Halo Anniversary got for this game, oh man.
Yeah, it's just a shame about all the licensing stuff that gets in the way of this one.
Just work it out. Find a way to work
Easier said than done. But yeah, I mean, this game still holds up, I think, especially from a narrative point of view as well. It's one of the more complete expanded universe experiences, I think.
So it's December 28th. We finally finished our AVP2 Let's Play before the end of the year. Hopefully this will be up before the end of the year. Here's the question, though. Are we going to play through Primal Hunt?
Yeah, of course we are. I'm going to play through everything. It just depends on if we're going to play through Primal Hunt next. Hang on a second. I just quickly want to mention these guys here. Presman, Seidogo, Eldritch, and Glock. I can't remember who Glock is, but the other three were actually site staff for AVP News back in the day. And I think Sado went on to produce or consult and produce Concrete Jungle. But yeah, this is why I wanted to stay on, because this cool shot here, you see the Predator ship following the Verloc and
like as a tail,
and it cloaks. So more setup for the next game that never came to be. And that's that. That's it. So we'll it just depends what we're going to do next. Do you want to do Primal Hunt next? I thought you wanted to do Trilogy next.
Yeah, that's the thing. We have so many things we want to do, right? We want to do Concrete Jungle. We want to do Trilogy. I got really excited about Trilogy because we got it running really well on an emulator and have to make sure it's still running well. Well, I don't know, though. For the sake of completion, maybe we should just go through Primal Hunt and get this totally done first.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see what the listeners, the viewers want. You know, if you have a preference on what you want to see us do next, let us know. And if there's an overwhelming desire for Trilogy, we'll go down that route. If not, then we'll probably just continue on and do Primal Hunt.
If you guys are AVP 2'd out for a bit, we'll take a break. We'll come back to Primal Hunt later. We could do Colonial Marines. We could do Trilogy. We could do Concrete Jungle. Just let us know what you want to see next.
Indeed. Always love hearing the suggestions. That's what led us to do the podcast that we did this year for December instead of 3 World War. Which we'll do next year instead. But yeah, just let us know what you think down below. We have tried to do a longer form long play for this one. Let us know what you think, because I mean, we're sort of leaning towards going back to doing mission by mission or a couple of missions by a couple of missions instead. But we thought we'd give this one a go just to see how it works, and we'll, let us know how you guys and girls feel. And let us know your thoughts on the games as well. How does this one stack up against some of the other stuff? Is it like you, one that has a huge impact on you? Like us, sorry, one that has a huge impact on you? And Adam, so having now gone ahead and we've played 2010, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we've played 2010, we've had Primal Hunt, we've had Extinction, Colonial Marines, Isolation after this. Does it still rank up there among the top for you, even with those later games?
Oh yeah. I mean, if we're talking about the core PC AVP trilogy, like the original Rebellion, this, and 2010, I mean, I think this might always be my favorite because this like really got me into the franchise, but I love all of them. And I do feel like all of them could use a remaster and some sort of re-release. And I know that's just me as a hopeful fan, and that is easier said than done. But AVP2 is always going to hold a very special place for me. And probably more special than the other two AVP games of the core trilogy. But I would love to play through Jaguar in a way that feels modern. But I feel like AVP really came into its own with the first PC game by Rebellion, and furthermore with this game, which got a lot of PC gaming recognition back in the day. And AVP 2010, which still holds up really well, and I feel like people probably appreciate that game more in retrospect than maybe they did when it first came out. That game's graphics were really well done.
They still hold up graphically, yeah.
So,
but even in terms of gameplay, I mean, we talked about this when we did the playthrough of that one, but I always liked the gameplay and the change up in the style because it felt more visceral and still impactful to me, as opposed to, you know, them just getting in your face and clawing away like they do in 1 and 2. So I appreciated the change of style, but I don't think I could pick a favourite. Maybe it push this one in terms of the multiplayer and the customizability of it.
I was going to say AVP2 has the best multiplayer of any game in any of the franchises by far. So that one, it has all the others beat for sure.
And the custom support, you know, the amount of nights I spent downloading skins and maps and just loading them up and trying them out. Yeah, I mean, you'll never beat that. I mean, even now, I've got a couple on here. Valley of the Death and Trapped. And that's just a few of the ones that are out there.
And Under the Hunter's Moon, man.
Yeah, that's in my files, but I don't have it rezzed up at the minute. But yeah, so I hope everybody's enjoyed our Let's Play of the Marine campaign. That wraps up our entire Let's Play of AVP2 overall. Adam, where can people find us on the various socials and outlets?
You can find us on our main website, which is avpgalaxy.net, and we have discussion boards there, as well as our news. If you want to find us on social media, you can find us on all the major socials, which is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube, which you're already here, so you don't need that one. But if you search Alien vs. Predator Galaxy or AVP Galaxy for the others, you're sure to find us.
Bro. Right, well, thank you everybody for watching. This has been Corporal Hicks
and RidgeTop
signing off.